Okay, gotcha. I thought you were saying his path of faith.
No.
Like this started in even not even here. This started way back when Abram was a wee man, and the Most High, like Solomon, like David, seen that spirit in him. And as he became this man of age, the Most High is like, okay, this individual is separate. He's not like everybody else. Right? Remember, he's separated from his family, from his whole house, and then from all these other people too, because they weren't moving like him. Right? All right, come on. Where are we at?
Genesis chapter 12 and verse 4. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. Verse 5.
Right. Go to Isaiah 52 and 11. Go ahead and read on while you're getting that.
And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came.
Right. Go ahead and read that. Isaiah 52 and 11.
Isaiah chapter 52, verse 11. Depart ye, go ye out from thence. Touch no unclean thing.
And that's what he's been telling us. Like, come out of her. Go to Revelations 18:4. Read. Read on.
Go ye out of the midst of her. Be ye clean.
Be ye what?
Be ye clean.
That's what the Most High is doing to us. He's separating us from them. Yes, in lifestyle, what you're doing. Because think about it, like the brother Shaf was bringing out. Like we all know, if you ain't here on the Shabbat Friday nights, what the hell you doing, bruh? We know Friday is litty. You in the clubs, you in the spot, you in the hookah bar, you in the pool place. You somewhere doing what? You somewhere just drinking. And what did he say? Riotous living, right? It might not just be. You might not just be a hoe, right? You might not be out there fornicating, because you know why we got to say this. A brother might say, "Well, I'm not hoeing off. I'm not doing that. This is my pool night. I get together with my pool buddies and we play pool and drink and have liquor." The Most High tells you about the riotous living. But see, you're not doing that now because you've been pulled out of that whole environment of thinking. So, see, brother, once again, we manipulate why it's okay to do those things instead of saying, wait a minute, but the Most High don't got me on that path. I'm not about that no more. What? Go ahead.
Yes, going along with that, something I have to explain to people my age is, even though like a lot of us aren't in the club and stuff like that,
Yeah.
You're sitting at home on the game all day.
Yeah.
Friday night, it's the same concept.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, what are you giving your mind to?
Yeah.
What Ariel say today on the mic? Damn video games. But what was he say? The Chinese, the damn anime. You're just plugging into the damn anime, and you're nowhere mentally. And then you don't understand why you're 30 and a virgin. Or you're 30. Not saying it's wrong to be a virgin, but you get what I mean. Not saying it's wrong to be a virgin. I'm saying you know what I mean. Like you don't got no communication skills. Right? No responsibilities. I'll put it like this: you're still sleeping with no sheet on your bed, and then your whole bed is just black from your damn oils. Right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Teenage life. The teenage life when you was a little kid, right? Mom ain't let you see because you cleaned your bed, you fixed your bed up. But that's the wrong mentality, man. The Most High is separated. I'm glad you brought that out too, because sometimes, and that's why I was bringing it out. Like sometimes we resonate with the older brothers and sisters, but a lot of young cats think, well, I'm not doing nothing. I'm not doing all that. Yeah, but you know what's crazy though? How many of y'all think Arya, Mawala, Manatazak, how many of you think that you can't do wicked? You can't do wickedness. Do you think that? That you cannot do wickedness? Huh? Or do you think that, yeah, there's a possibility that you can mess up? The latter, right? There's a possibility like I can do something with you, right? What's that based on? I know I worded it like that for a reason, because what is that based on? How could you do wickedness? Stepping outside of the spirit, right? God? Doing things that you want to do, right? So a lot of the kids got to understand that, yeah, I'm not out there smoking crack. and brothers are using that needles between their toes. It's like, I'm not doing none of that, but you can do wickedness. Because what is wickedness? Isn't lying wickedness? Deception? Falsehood? Isn't there watching porn wickedness? Right? So a lot of times, a lot of young cats, they're like, well, I'm just going to beat it myself and watch my anime beat off a little bit and I'm good. I'm not hurting nobody. And not really realizing the lust of the flesh has got you now. That you literally are, your God is the anime. You thinking more about that. And that drew you into pornography. Because you're looking at the little animes with the chicks, the chicks with the big breasts bouncing around, and you're like, there's nothing wrong with it until you start following that way. So, yeah, there can be wickedness. It says foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. It tells us that even a child is known in his doings. So yeah, there's so many scriptures. It said we were born in iniquity. So yes, from our youth up, we're given to these things. Yeah.
Would Ecclesiastes 18 and 30 go with this?
What you got? Read it. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 18, verse 30. Go not after thy lust.
Right.
But refrain thyself from thine appetites.
Right. Yeah, of course it goes with it. Just on the point we're talking about, that everybody is tempted. Everybody is tempted, man. When you gain consciousness at a young age, man, I'm going to say it again, and we can talk about it on camera. There's brothers that have been doing things at a young age, that learn at a young age how to watch pornography, man, that they're still doing to the age 30, God. You don't think that's going to corrupt you? God? Hell yeah, that'll corrupt you. So what? This is why the Most High has given us the what?
It corrupted me.
Yeah, hell yeah, it corrupted all of us. So don't be oblivious that, well, I'm 15, I'm 16, I can't do no wrong. Hell yeah, you can do wrong. What about obey your mother and your father? What they used to do to you if you didn't obey your mother and your father? No, they bring you out and stone you out.
Oh, yeah,
According to the law, a rebellious, stiff-necked child, you would be brought out and stoned. There ain't no, I'm divorcing my parents. Oh yeah, you divorcing them. You be back with Yahweh, all right?
You got a stone with your name.
Right? But that's the severity of the law. But see, it's things like that that we don't look and say, damn, I am doing something evil and wicked out of the way of the Most High. Because if I can't honor my own parents that brought me up,
right,
that took care of me,
right,
that nourished me, what type of damn human am I going to be? Right? So let's jump back. I'm just saying, I'm glad you brought that point out, Tazahal. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 12 and verse 6.
What you got?
Revelations 18 and 4.
Yeah, so depart ye, come out from among them. This is what the Most High has been saying. Assyrian Empire, Abraham, Adam, all the way back. Noah, Enoch, right? Go ahead, you're done with that. Read.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4.
Go ahead.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Yeah, all the way to the Greco-Roman Empire, bro. The Most High has been telling us to come out of her. This is John, the Revelator. He was condemned to the island of Patmos, right? And what was he saying? He was saying the Roman Empire, we got to come out of these things. Paul was saying it when he was talking to the brothers scattered throughout Asia Minor. And it was ruled by the Greeks and the Romans. He was saying the same thing. that depart ye, come out from among them. Go ahead, read.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
That ye be what?
Not partakers of her sins.
And that's why he wanted us out of these different lands and to be separate from them, so we wouldn't partake in the sins of this world.
Right.
The corruptness of this world. Go ahead.
That ye receive not of her plague.
Because when it all comes down to it, we've been plagued by all the things we partake in.
God.
We've been plagued by it. Right? When it comes to marriages, why don't we have black unity in marriages in our homes? Because we follow the other nations on what is marriage.
Yeah.
When it comes to mental health, why are the black, Hispanics, and Native Americans not mentally, slide down a little bit, not mentally, why their mental degradation, you know what I mean, their mind has degraded to the slums? Because we listen to a weak people. So this is why he kept saying, like, get from among them. Because look at you. You were once strong. You were once rugged. This is the Gen Emo. Generation Emo. Say something, get out of line, they get mad at you and shoot you. Right? Generation Emo. Nobody can talk about it and deal with it and confront their problems like a man anymore. There ain't no throwing a fade. It's throwing these bullets. So he's like, look, everything they've influenced you by is weakness. So come from among them. Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven.
Right, and then you're partaking into the sins of a nation that has corrupted the earth. You're adding to that. That's what a lot of brothers and sisters don't realize. You're adding to the corruption that this nation and all the other nations, when you believe in it and you promote their ideas. Oh, we're going to vote. We're going to do it again this time around. It's going to change. You said that with Obama. You had everybody gassed up, rock the vote with Obama. And guess what? Obama didn't do nothing but brought more transgenderism and gave you a few free phones. He gave them a few free phones, but we believed in that and we promoted that. And remember, not we, but remember, when I talk, I don't like excluding myself from the nation, because we are people. No matter our how many Israelites have woken up, we still got a lot of brothers and sisters blinded. And guess what? We're in the condition with them too. We still in these conditions. The only difference is we have the wisdom to walk outside of these different ideas and lifestyles. But we here in captivity with them too. So when I say we, I know we don't believe in that. I know we don't deal with those ideas, but we're still here with them, feeling the pain, right? So let's jump back. We're reading for the sisters that walked in and Aaron that just walked in. We're reading Genesis 12, 13, and 14 today in the reading. We are at Genesis 12 and what right now?
Verse 6.
We're Genesis 12 and 6, and we're just going over Abraham being called out of his land he grew up in and sent to the land of Canaan, which the Most High had promised to not only him, but his children after him, right? Which the land of Canaan was going to be Israel, all right? So we're going through that. Go ahead, read on.
Genesis chapter 12 and verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And Abram passed through the land unto the place of Shechem, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. And the Lord appeared unto Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him.
Okay, so for people that can't stomach the Bible, they don't understand why the land of Canaan was predestinated for the children of Israel. They don't understand that the Lord already had this predestinated, and what Joshua does, and I know I'm jumping way ahead, but what Joshua does and goes in and takes this land and kills all those people in that land, it wasn't just because they was Canaanites. We got to understand what they were doing in the land of Canaan. And like I said, I don't want to jump too ahead, but they were sacrificing kids. They were the same thing that this nation does now, the homosexuality, the pedophilia, that was all going on in the land of Canaan. The Most High is not going to go destroy a righteous nation. Y'all know that. If the Canaanites was righteous, the Most High would have said, listen, convert them. Because these cats is locked in. They locked into Yahweh. That wasn't happening. That wasn't happening. They was doing all kind of filthy things. So remember, this is a foreshadow, right? He already promised it to them. And then when it gets to the time of Joshua, they're destroying this land with all kind of damn craziness. Right? Yeah.
I was thinking about that several times. Even before the nation that was there, when he sent Abraham, and he said, I'm going to give that land to your seed. Going back to how Adam gave it to his children, right? Gave it to Seth. How Seth carried it down to the generation of Noah. How Noah gave it to his sons, and who kept the name of the Most High was Shem.
Right.
So looking at that, how they was totally away from God's divinity, His protection, His love. Just doing anything according to God's standard. They were totally away from that.
Yeah, and that's why at this point when we're reading in the story, the Most High is like, okay, out of everybody in Mesopotamia, I'm looking at one man. That's crazy. I don't see no side stories. He's dealing with Abraham. He's dealing with Lot. He's dealing with his lineage. Check that out. So once again, being righteous is rare. Ezra said it best. He said the most valuable things are rare. That's why gold is such a small substance, right? You're the gold. You are the gold. We are the gold, right? And it's rare. Even amongst us, amongst the children of Israel, it said all Israel is not Israel. They don't want to believe, right? They still want to act like heathens. Even among us, he's going to take out a rare portion. So we have to really realize this, and don't cut yourself short of this crown and all the things that the Most High has given you because you feel like, the path isn't worth it or it's too hard. You got to fight. It ain't going to be given easy. Come on.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 8. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west.
Right. Now, if you, once again, for y'all that came and we were going over Genesis all the way through Noah and all the way up now, we're dealing with still Mesopotamia. These cats are making circles. You know that, right? There's literally, you're just going in circles, right? The Garden of Eden was, we read it. It was Hiddekel, the water that came out, right? It was Hiddekel, it was Euphrates, it was the Tigris, right? It's the same area. And you got people, nations setting up in the wrong places. And the Most High eventually says, okay, I'm going to start now giving them, go back to Deuteronomy, watch, check this out. This is going to explain it a little clearer. Deuteronomy 32, 8 and 9. Read that.
Chapter 32, verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
Right.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
Right, so remember, we read from Genesis all the way through, right? We know the Garden of Eden, right, was somewhere around Iraq, right? That's what we read. But based on these waters, right? Just think about this, y'all. That's all the same area. So you got Abraham, he's in Mesopotamia. That's Akkad. Remember we read that? That was Akkad. This is what Esau, the white man, will tell you. This is the cradle of civilization. right? They just won't tell you the truth that it was all black people, right? So Iraq, Akkad was the first place. Now Akkad in Hebrew is one, first. So they're just doing this, circles. And then remember, he's in Mesopotamia. He's going to go to the land of Canaan, right? He's going to go up to the land of Canaan, and that's where we're going to end up, right? In Israel. That's the Holy Land. But how long does that take from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob to Israel becoming the people to Joshua going in, Moses coming out of Egypt, and then Joshua? It still takes a span of time as far as this promise coming to pass. But I just wanted to show you that if you look at a map, you can see we're just, the Most High's like this, you're doing this. That's all you're doing until you get into the land. Yeah.
That's perfect.
That, right, and Sumer, right? And that's where they get the Sumerians, right? They try to be like the Sumerians, and Zechariah Extension's talking about they were the first civilization. They were visited by aliens. They're not visited by aliens. We were all wise and understanding people, right? The Most High gave the children of Noah the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding because Noah taught them. So it wasn't the Sumerians and ancient aliens, y'all. This was us that had wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And some of us kept it, and a lot of us retracted and went back to what? Acting like dang animals. Right? Yeah, what's up?
Deuteronomy what?
32 and 89. Go ahead.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Now remember, it's telling us something that didn't happen necessarily during the time of Adam. Because think about it. Yes, we know Adam had his environment, but he's talking about Israel. So the boundaries were set up ahead of time. So the Canaanites sitting and plotting in Canaan, that was never intended for them. That was intended for the children of Israel. So there was no, well, why did the Lord kill the innocent people if a God of the Bible is to kill innocent people and kids and all that? That I don't want the God of that Bible. And he don't want you either. Because you don't know what the heck is going on. Like those people weren't innocent in the land of Canaan. Read a book. Go study on the Canaanites if you don't even want to study Bible. Like the Bible tells you plain out what they were doing. But go study about the Canaanites. They weren't over there just wholesome believers. There was defiled, y'all.
Let's go to one we always go to. In Deuteronomy 18. Deuteronomy 18 and 9. Just to prove what the brother was saying biblically. People don't know what they're talking about.
Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9. When thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do after the abomination.
What were they doing?
Thou shalt not learn to do after the abominations of these nations.
Of these other nations. Remember, the Most High gave us this law to separate us from the hateful things that these other people were doing. We were in Egypt, right, for a period of time, learning how to live life like Egyptians. Now that he left, he freed us from the Egyptians and was going to send us into our land that was inhabited by another group of people. You see how easily oppressible our people can be? Think about it. We was talking about at the street speaking. Why is your name Scarface? Why are you talking about La Costa Nostra? Why are you thinking Mafioso, Junior Mafia? Yeah, because you learn like everything you see the other people do, that's what you want to carbon copy. You want to be the thugs because the Italians and the Irish were the thugs. And you think that was some power.
Yeah.
But it's the same, it was the same way it is now, the same way it was back then. So the Most High was warning us not to live life like them, because the way that they're doing things is not going to yield life and peace. It's going to bring forth death. Go ahead.
There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire.
When you look at how these other nations were serving their deities, Molech, Shamash, Asherah, there was always some kind of sacrifice, and it would be child sacrifice, human sacrifice. That's not what the Most High ordained. That's an abomination. They were spilling blood, and the scriptures tell us that the life is the blood, right? So if we wasn't required to eat it, we definitely wasn't required to shed it. A human, right? But this is what these other nations were doing. Read.
Or that useth divination, or an observer of times.
Talking about what? Read.
Or an enchanter, or a witch.
That witchcraft, the astrology, the tarot cards, right? The trying to conjure up spirits, right? You talking to the dead. All of that's what, like, when we doing that now, you get that from the ancient Africans. Everybody want to be African, right? Go back to African spirituality. This is what they were doing. Trying to talk to dead. Oh yeah, hey, you want to talk to your dead great grandmother? What happened when Saul did that? When he tried to bring back Samuel? That's not what we see. The Most High is not the God of the dead; He's the God of the living. We got what we need here. Read.
Or an charmer.
Go, jump to verse 14.
Done. For these nations which thou shalt possess. For these nations which thou shalt possess. Here
Hearken
unto observers of time, and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Most High thy God have not suffered thee to do,
right? So the Most High was justified when He was removing these people out of there, because we were going to do what? Learn their ways. And that's why He told us, that's why you see all of these scriptures about being holy, or as the scripture in Hebrew, set apart, right? Kodash, because that's going to be your influence. The only influence that we were supposed to have is the Most High, not the other nations, not the way they did things, not what they desired. It's supposed to be what the culture that the Father gave us, the heritage that the Father gave us, not what the other people are doing. Y'all see that?
Now, I wanted to save this until we get to that time. No. I mean, you jumped on that wave, which we're going to be talking about the land of Canaan, because that's eventually where we're getting to. But it's important now, because why Abraham had to come from among the other people, right? But still, what were they doing in the land of Canaan?
Yeah.
Go ahead and say what you're going to say, and then I'm going to go there. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 14.
As far as, like you were saying, like worshiping and doing groups and stuff like that, that's how it got passed down. And, like when they told us we were African and we were Haitian, how Haitians got it from Africans, that's how it got passed down in generation of doing groups or Santeria.
Yeah, that's exactly how we. Are you asking, or you telling?
Asking.
Yeah, that's exactly what we follow, the way of the heathen.
Because in certain families, they teach that like it comes from where it comes from, even in Asians, or if you were island, they teach like it comes from Africa.
Oh, yeah.
It's strong from Selassie.
The Brujas,
Yeah,
the Dominicans. Remember, this is the whole reason the Most High cursed us. Because check this out. This is gonna go into it.
That's what Bruja means. It means male witch.
Go to Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 6 real quick.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 verse 6. For in the old time also, when the proud giants perished,
Right.
the hope of the world governed by thy hand escaped.
Right.
In a weak vessel.
Right. That weak vessel's talking about the ark. Okay, go ahead.
And left to all ages a seed of generation.
Right, which Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. We just read that. Go ahead.
For blessed is the wood whereby righteous cometh.
Right. He's like, you worried about all these fake idols. You should have been wanting to get on this ride that the Most High saved all those people. So all that idol worship and everything they were doing is like, those idols didn't save you. But guess what wood was saved? The one where the Most High was working with, to save those 8 souls, right? Go ahead.
But that which is made with hands is cursed.
Right.
As well as he that made it.
Right. Now remember, he's going into this idolatry, right? He's going to jump though. Go ahead.
He, because he made it.
Right.
And it, because being corruptible, it was called God.
Right.
For the ungodly and his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God.
Oh no, God doesn't hate. Not my Jesus. No, God doesn't. No, God doesn't. Oh yes, he hates. Read it again.
For the ungodly his ungodliness are both alike hateful unto God.
The Most High said he hates wickedness. Go ahead.
For that which is made shall be punished together with him.
Oh no, everybody's gonna get a free pass. Like if you didn't get it during the time of Noah, that nobody's getting a free pass, bro. Like you're never gonna get it. Like the Most High, the God of the Bible don't deal like that. There ain't no free pass. There's do his will or else judgment, right? There's mercy too. But look at his mercy. 8 souls, y'all. He's not playing. Go ahead.
For that which is made shall be punished together with him that made it.
Go ahead.
Therefore, even upon the idols of the Gentiles shall there be a visitation.
Go ahead.
Because in the creature of God there are become an abomination.
See, and that's we're not going to read the whole thing. We're going to jump. Okay, so this is where they started to come into, right? Idolatry. Okay, go ahead, read down.
And stumbling blocks to the souls of men, and a snare to the feet of the unwise.
So this is what happened when they get into this idolatry. Now jump over to verse 22.
Verse 22. Moreover, this was not enough for them,
right?
That they erred in the knowledge of God.
Go ahead.
But whereas they lived in the great war of ignorance, those so great plagues called they peace.
Right. Now listen to this, and it's going to tell you about everything and all wickedness from the beginning of time. This is like, you wanted to know what Adam and Eve and the people that went off, what they were doing. You want to know the Babylonians. You want to know what was going on during the Tower of Babel. It's going to tell you right here. They live in this war of ignorance, right? But they call it what?
Peace.
Yeah. Homosexuality, transgenderism, chopping off your penis. I'm at peace. How you at peace? You chop off your penis. You chop off your breasts as a woman. You're at peace. And you should too. Right? That's what they pump in our head. Or try to. Go ahead.
For whilst they slew their children.
They did what?
Slew their children.
Yeah, and this is what they do. They give their kids over to transgenderism, homosexuality, lies, falsehood. They slay their children. This was what was going on in Canaan. Go ahead.
In sacrifices.
In sacrifices. So the Canaanites was off, man. The people in Mesopotamia, what they was doing was off. Go ahead.
Or use secret ceremonies.
Right. The secret ceremonies are what? The Messianics, the Illuminati, all the circle jerking P. Diddy, Greek P. Diddy type of mentality. That was learned, like the brother was saying in street speaking today, that was learned from the Greeks and the Romans. Go do a little bit of reading on Caligula and go read about these guys. This started with them. Right? The whole you know what? I like your wife. It tells you about Caligula. He would be at a banquet and he'd just grab your wife and pull off with her.
Wow.
Yeah, these guys were filthy as heck. But where do our people get these ideals from? The orgies and you know what? Sex ain't even regular no more until you have an orgy or you got some defilements going in there. Huh? The Greeks and the Romans, right? Remember, these are both Edomites. They're both the same people, right? Go ahead.
Or made revelings of strange rites.
Right, or made, no, but now we're learning where the Edomites got it from. From who? Canaan, the Hamites, the Africans.
That's why like secret ceremonies. Same thing with voodoo. For secret ceremonies, you show up.
Right.
Everybody have whatever they do.
Right. You see that? That's why when we serve the Most High, first of all, it ain't no secret.
Right.
It ain't no secret. And what we do is not no secret. Praying to the Most High, and burning frankincense and myrrh to the Most High, that prayers go up. That's it. That's why the Most High took away sacrifice of animals. See, he took that all away. So now we can even more clearly see the difference between what the heathens doing, what the Brujas are doing, and what these African nations are doing, as opposed to the children of Israel. We don't need none of that. What's that can do?
I was scratching off.
Okay, go ahead, read.
Verse 24. They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
Right. See, it says secret ceremonies or made revelings of strange rites. So when you read about, and I just gave the brother the book, it's called Fossilized Customs, and you go into Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, you go into all these things about the rites or the rituals or what they do on these days. It all comes from these Hamites. The worshiping of stocks and stones come from them. They was doing this in the Tower of Babel. In their ancestry, what? They kept doing it all the way through this line. That's why it was important for us to go over the line of Shem, Ham, and Japheth and see how Canaan went off. And why the Most High was angry with Ham, right? He was angry with Ham, and he said, curse shall be Canaan. Yeah.
Is that the reason why we're not supposed to have like trees in our home?
Nah. No. Remember,
Christmas, you put a tree in our home.
no. It's okay to have a tree. It's not okay to. It's okay to have a plant. It's okay to have that, but it's not.
No, I'm not saying like that, but like the tree symbolizes something.
Yeah. The Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Well, how they serve the tree,
Yeah.
right, is through Babylonian custom. Yes, exactly. Right. Yeah.
Think about the what was this week before last? We was discussing in Genesis where this tree wasn't necessarily a tree. So all they doing is using that tree. They're literally erecting a
Right.
God in their living room. That's what they
Exactly.
do. They just don't have the understanding to know that you're not just erecting a tree. You're erecting your idea, your concept may be a tree.
Yeah.
You're erecting your God in front of you in your living room.
Yeah.
Why?
Is that the same thing as ancestry? Like believing in your ancestors, conjuring your ancestors?
Yeah, and what the part we skipped, when you go to 12 on down, it tells you about idolatry. It goes from 12. Okay, we just jumped to these rituals and rites just to show you about how they were doing the kids in among the land of Canaan and around this Mesopotamia area, right? Where the Most High was like, get away from them. But when you read 12 all the way down, it shows you how they raised from idolatry to worshiping idols to worshiping men. And they put these idols up like Caesar Borgia, right? Which is that false image of Christ, right? He was a man during the Renaissance period that they considered a man of beauty, but he came from a wretched family. And they were doing the same thing we're talking about that the Greeks were doing, right? He was a homosexual. He had sex with his sister Lucretia Borgia, right?
Right.
Lucretia said, see, you thought that was a black name, huh? No. He had sex with his sister. So they were dealing with incest. But they took that image up. We got the book.
It's in the scripture.
And it's in the scriptures too, but even if you watch the series of the Borgias, that's who it's talking about. Caesar Borgia is that image they put up as Christ. But when you read 12 on down, it tells you they put him up, the dividing eyes, or they raised this man up for everybody to worship. Yeah.
That I didn't even know that, but that reminds me of Game of Thrones when the prince of the lions were having sex with his sister,
Oh yeah.
his son,
Yeah.
and he fell out the tower and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But those concepts, we know where they get them from, right? Greco-Roman ideas and what they were doing in the past. Go ahead, finish that.
Verse 24.
Mhm.
They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled.
See, that's what the Greeks and the Romans were doing. They got this from the Hamites. You're having sex with family. You're having sex with your sister, your mama. That's why pornography is wicked as hell. It's wicked because they teach, mom comes in and sleeps with her son. Right? That's what they put in your head. And you're thinking like, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong that I hit auntie or I hit my father's wife? My sister. Right? Yeah.
That's like monologue, right? Like sleep with your stepson or something like
Yeah.
that. Monologue him.
And you're like, that's perverted. But that's why we be going so hard at this pornography spirit because we got a lot of young people that look at anime, and that anime, even my son, he told me, he's like, look, I don't watch that. I'm not watching that no more like that. Why? Because that anime, bro, takes you down a road.
God.
Well, they got a porn anime called Hint.
Yeah. I mean, you got anime porn, but I'm talking about anime in itself will with the bouncy breasts, with the women that are curves,
sexual.
they start with sexualizing the characters there. Then when you move over to hentai, and it is like you're in full-fledged cartoon porn, right? And then you get into that. That's why they get them at a young age. Mm-hmm. So, but what is it telling us here? They kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled. So marriage, why do you think America's idea of marriage is the way it is? You're not married till you get a piece of paper. So you can be a whore your whole time, a male whore, a female whore, and it ain't till I get a piece of paper that is honorable.
I gotta get a ring. No, I gotta get a ring.
Oh, I get a ring, and then it's honorable. I get a cake, and it's honorable. So I can destroy myself, and then finally, 100 women down the road, or 1,000 men down the road, I can say, you know what, I'm going to give myself to this man.
No, I'm just righteous, man.
It's crazy because how they taught us to believe in marriage. They don't honor marriage like the Creator. Watch, read on.
But either one slew another treacherously,
Right?
or grieved him by adultery.
See, or this is what Caligula was doing. And a lot of them were doing that, but Caligula was a freak. He was the one known to bring a lot of that stuff in among the Greeks and the Romans. And they were all doing that madness, man, because there was no rules. There's no laws, right? It's science. They believe in science. Go ahead.
So that they are reigned in all men without exception blood. Manslaughter.
What?
Manslaughter.
Where does it take you to?
Manslaughter.
Yeah, I'll kill you now. Like I can kill you for power. I can remove you if I want something. And going back to the Italians and the mobsters, right? And the gangsters. Where you get that from? Well, we're just going to go hit them up the block. We're going to shoot up the block. You didn't get that from us. We were honorable people until we started learning what the nations are doing, and you act like them, walk like them, and talk like them. Yeah.
The manslaughter part?
Yeah.
That part sounds like something you would say, like, it's not how many you kill, it's who you kill. And to eliminate and gain power.
Right.
You kill 70 people and don't do nothing. But if you kill that one person,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, the head, and you can take over everything.
This is how they thought. That's why the Most High is telling you what things lead to the next. Right? You're thinking like, oh, it's nothing wrong. But once you remove the Most High out of the picture and your God is an idol, then these other ideas can creep in because why? You got nobody you're bowing to in righteousness. There's no moral standard when it comes to these false idols and people you look up to. What's the Church of Beyonce? Beyonce's idea. Like I'm looking at, I idolize her. Oh yeah, what's her rules based on? Bro, you already know she goes into the Oshun and dealing with the Oshun and all that madness. And we're circling back around the same thing we're talking about, which is African deities and gods and worshiping of angels and then doing rituals. It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Theft.
Right?
And dissimulation. Corruption.
Read.
Unfaithfulness.
Read.
Tumults. Perjury.
Read.
Disquieting of good men.
See, and that's what it is. They pervert the souls of man. So this is what was going on in Mesopotamia for the Most High to be like, Abraham, you got to get out of there. But where you're going to, they weren't right either. Because you got all these African nations all around this area. That's why the Most High was destroying them. Go ahead.
Forgetfulness of good terms.
Right?
Defiling of souls.
Defiling of souls, that's what America is about. It's about taking your soul. It's about draining your spirit from you and keeping you distracted on falsehood and corruption. Go ahead.
Changing of kind.
Changing what?
Of kind.
Huh?
Of kind.
What's in the Bible?
Of kind.
Changing of kind. Huh? they come out and be like, well, there's been transgender from the beginning of time. Yes, through wicked people.
Right. God.
And if they weren't chopping it off, they was doing some type of defiled thing to emulate it, to make themselves look a different gender. Yes, that's been around since the beginning of wickedness. But what does that got to do with a righteous person? They tried to make it seem like, oh yeah, since it's been around, it's okay. It's still wicked. Go ahead.
Disorder in marriage.
Do what?
Disorder in marriage.
The woman running the house, the kids running the children, the men being a simp and just running. All this is done because the other nations, they believe this. That's why they're like, well, she has an opinion too. Of course she does. But that doesn't change the order of the house. Right? Your kids got an opinion too, right? But do we let them rule the house? And then he told the man why he's distracting the children and the mother and the woman. He's doing what? Telling the man, you got to chase this money. Because that's what she wants. She wants you to have this money. So you brought welfare in, divided the homes. The man can't be in the home while you're getting welfare, but then told the man, you need to get rich or die trying, because that's what she wants to see, the money. So she's looking at you like, what you bring into the home? Like he's playing chess on a whole nother level. And we're just Joe Donut Head, like, I just, what's wrong with getting money? Like, you know why I always say that? Because that's the stupid language that spoke to us. What's wrong with getting money? No, nothing. But do you got to sell your soul? Do you got to change your ideas? Do you got to live life just for the dollar? And that's what brothers and sisters don't get, that this is the things they use to pervert us. Right? Go ahead.
Adultery.
What?
Adultery.
Read.
And shameless uncleanness.
See, it put all that in there. That's why when you go back to Romans, when it said men with men working that which was unseemly, it put it all in there. The changing of kind. He wasn't talking, what was he talking about? He was talking about that transgenderism, right? Go ahead.
For the worshiping of idols, not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil.
Check that out. So where did it start from? It started from you putting something above the Father. And that's what was going on during the time of Abraham. And the Most High is like, look, get out of this land, right? All right, jump back. Let's jump back. Just wanted to add that to y'all precepts. Jump back to Genesis. Add that with your precepts.
12 and you got 8, right?
Genesis 12 and what verse you at?
Verse 5.
No,
No, verse 6. Verse
Verse 8.
Yeah, you're down.
My bad. I wasn't thought about something.
All right, go ahead.
Genesis chapter 12 and verse 8. And he removed from thence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel on the west, and Hai on the east. And there he built an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. Verse 9.
That's it.
That's it.
All right.
Next.
So for the sister, we have 7 young priests that come up. They're going to state their name, they're going to state their tribe, and then they're going to say their nation. So that's what he's saying in Hebrew. He's going to say he's Aharon. Shabbatah means tribe. Shol means of. He's going to say Ra'alban, which is the North American, the Seminole Indians. And he's going to say Ban means son. And then he's going to say Yashar Allah, which is your nation, which is the nation of Israel. That's what he's saying in Hebrew. So we just want to translate. Go ahead. I got to give him his announcement. Let me give you your announcement.
Aharon, Shabbat Tashar, Rabban, Ban Yashala.
Aharon, Shabbat Shah, Rabban, Ban Yashala. I might right?
Yehovah Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
And then we saluted each other in the name of Jesus Christ. We said, God, in the name of Jesus Christ, bless you. That's what we said in Hebrew. All right, after he announced himself. And we're going to do that. 7 brothers come up and 7 readers read.
Right, so the second reader is going to continue in Genesis chapter 12, starting at verse 9 down to verse 16.
And also says, I want to make sure you know that the floor is open. Just raise your hand at any time. All right? And make sure you pay attention because I'm not looking that way. Not as I. If you raise your hand, if you have any question on anything. All right? All right, go ahead.
What's up, Shabbat?
So I was thinking while I was up there, like, it's a blessing to go through the scriptures like this because it's breaking a lot of strongholds. Because like for instance, like me, my mindset was like just thinking of so much of Esau being like the enemy. But this started all the way back then with Ham.
Right.
So it's
the nations, and that's the thing. You get into Esau only, and you don't realize what Bakar likes to bring it out. The Saharan sub-Saharan slave trade. Like, the Muslims, like they had us in captivity. Like we don't realize that, and we kind of focus all our energy on Esau because they got us in captivity now. But we've been in captivity under every nation, y'all. Right? Under every nation under the heaven. And once again, it's our fault because we've been rebellious. But that's why the truth is this. If you want to get angry, let's start with getting angry at yourself. Right? Because the white man don't got no more power to whoop you and beat you like he did in slavery. Yes, he does kill us, but I'm talking about how it's in those chains like he used to. Like those chains you can be free from if you're free in your spirit, your mind. So, yes, a lot of these things, the Hamites, the other nations brought them. Then the Greeks, the Romans, and all the other nations followed that. And then, to be truthful, a lot of Israelites follow that. Our people follow it. Because, once again, this day and age, look at us. As a nation, we're following the other nations. Yeah.
Because I was thinking up there too, like when Moses on the mount for 40 days, and Aaron was down there, and it was idolizing with the golden calf.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, dang, that's started with Ham and them. When you think about Noah and the lineage.
It started with them, and then remember they just came out of Egypt, and a lot of these Egyptians, which are Hamites, which are Africans, right? See, when you put it together, they're still from that line of Ham, and people don't get that. Because they're looking at these modern day Egyptians and these people that were mingled among the real Egyptians. They don't understand that Egyptians are Africans, right? Yeah, or from the line of Ham.
It's also important to see the differences, like because what happens is in cases, like I said, like when I was in college, like you would see like white people come into the conversations with those types of points that they use to make sure that you can take your attention off of what they done. Like they'll be like, oh, well, black people sold you into slavery.
Right.
Black people was in slavery before this, but it's also important to see the difference between the slavery cases. So chattel slavery was completely different from the slavery that was going on around the world. Like it was completely different. Like so when you start to see all of those the details. When you start seeing the details, then you can call them out on the stuff that they don't use against you. Because they don't use it. Like they listening to this too. Don't get it twisted. Like just like you seeing them, you think those white people peace signing at you is cool with you. No, they ain't. They just paying attention to you. It's
Oh, yeah, they
what
are.
I told you about like bringing your enemies, keeping your enemies closer so you can observe them. Like they watching these channels. They paying attention to what we talking about.
Oh, hell yeah.
And they taking those points. Oh, well, what about those Hamites? They gonna bring that to your attention too.
Oh, they already did.
Those Hamites, they do.
Yep.
They gonna do that every single time.
Because they're smart. They're trying to detract.
This is the sophistication of evil. Like,
Yeah.
Evil is sophisticated just among the righteous. You know what I'm saying? So be careful of that. Like, embracing these ideas that, everything started with us. Everything. Everything started with us. Like everything starts with us. So if we're gonna talk about anything, the extension of everything still started with us. But the reality is it changed at some point. When these quote unquote white people got involved, you start seeing the levels of demonic.
The levels of hatred.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Levels of hatred, and for
Yeah.
Like specifically your complexion. It wasn't a nation thing. It wasn't, oh, you was doing something different from us. It was just the fact that your complexion says that I don't supposed to like you. That's it. That's what COINTELPRO was for too. Like if you look at the root and objective of COINTELPRO, like if you literally put this into your Google search verbatim, it says to prevent the rise of a new Messiah. We know who we all know to be the Messiah.
Right.
The objective was to prevent the rise of a new Messiah. So they think that if we came together, at any point we can create a new Messiah.
Yeah.
So it speaks to their agenda against what is right.
Yeah.
Against righteousness altogether. So none of them other nations was doing that. It wasn't that. It was this is their foundation was to prevent the rise of a new Messiah. That's it. So to see us together,
Now,
they think that they're bringing them, like we could possibly bring out a new Messiah in this space. So it's like, I'm against that, wholeheartedly. I'm against that. Like, because not only do they share complexions, but the potential of them creating a new Messiah is what my real problem is. What that's a fact. Like I said, you can put it into your Google search and it'll come up.
now, let me say this real quick. Everything, you're on point. But let me explain this, because if you miss this part, we're not going to have a wide understanding of this biblically. All nations knew this. The devil or Esau is just now is his current rule. But I'm going to show y'all something. Just to show y'all that I'm not just saying it. Go to Judith. Aaron, is it quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Africans don't call themselves black. They pretty much, like when white people be like, oh, they're black too. And the African one, I am not black, just like a Dominican.
Yeah.
Was saying, I'm not black neither. You know what I mean? So, I know plenty of Africans and they will fight you.
Oh, yeah.
If you call them black.
They know they're not katas.
Yeah, cotton.
They know they're not katas.
Yeah.
You're a kata.
They call us like Catholics.
It's called a cotton picker.
Yeah.
They know you're they know you're different.
That's what Jamaicans call the hate word of us.
Yeah, it is. Go to Judith 5, and you're gonna start. I'm gonna show y'all something. Now, yeah, I know, bro. You know. Go ahead and read this real quick. Let him read it. Start at 5 and 1, because we gotta have a good read. Read it from the top.
Judah chapter 5 and verse 1. Then was it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Ashur.
So this is us under the Assyrian Empire, right? Ashur. Remember, we just read, Ashur came were the Assyrians. When you go back to Genesis, we went over that not this week. We went over it last week, right? Go ahead.
That the children of Israel.
Now remember, I'm sorry. This is the Assyrians, right? Go ahead.
That the children of Israel had prepared for war and had shut up the passages of the hill country and had fortified all the tops of the high hills.
Right. Remember, they're trying to put us in captivity, and who's the ones that's not bending? Israel. We're like, we're not gonna bow to these people, right? They're like, well, who the hell are these people on the hill? Because we got everybody bowing to us except Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, that actually had power. Because we had power at that time, right? We believed in the Most High. He was the one that was fighting for us. Go ahead.
And had laid impediments in the campaign countries.
Right.
Champion countries. Verse 2. Wherewith he was very angry and called all the princes of Moab.
Right. Remember, they're given the power to conquer the whole known world at this time. Right? So they're like, why are these not bending the knee? Right? So he's trying to get this information from his captains. Go ahead.
and the captains of Ammon, and all the governors of the sea coast.
Right. What we're seeing is Psalms 83 in effect. And this is what I'm trying to add to what you're saying, that the nations were confederate. They all knew this. They know this right here, what we're going to read. Go ahead.
And he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is,
right,
that dwelleth in the hill country.
Now, we keep talking about these Canaanites, the Hamites, right? God. Who the hell are these people? So this is the Canaanites going to tell our history. Like, most of you can't even recite your own history, but check out this African, right? Go ahead.
And what are the cities that they inhabit? And what is the multitude of their army? And wherein is their power and strength?
Right. So, give us the breakdown of who these people are. Right? Read.
And what king is set over them?
Go ahead.
Or captain of their army? And why have they determined not to come and meet me?
Go ahead.
More than all the inhabitants of the west? Then said Achor, the captain of the sons of Ammon, let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant, and I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people, which dwelleth near thee, and inhabiteth the hill country. And there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant.
Go ahead.
This people descended.
Now he's going to give history. This the people what?
This people descended of the Chaldeans.
Now why did he say that? Read it again.
This people are descended of the Chaldeans.
Why did he say that? Go ahead.
Is it dealing with Abraham? The time of Abraham?
You're saying it with doubt.
No.
No. Don't ask me a question. I'm messing with you. But what I'm saying is say it with some confidence. Yes. It's because Abraham, what he's being called out of, is out of around the Chaldeans, right? Watch, he's going to go on and say, right?
Verse 7. And they sojourned hitherto in Mesopotamia.
Right. So what we've been talking about, he's in Mesopotamia. Go ahead.
Because they would not follow the gods of their fathers.
They will what?
They would not follow the gods of their fathers.
You got this nation dropping history about Abraham, y'all. They know this. They know. So when it says they're confederate, yes, there are them that know who we are and how to deter us from the Most High. Go ahead.
Which were in the land of Chaldea.
Go ahead.
Verse 8.
This is what we're reading. That little part is what we're reading on. Go ahead.
For they left the way of their ancestors and worshiped the power of heaven.
Right. They knew that Abraham wasn't about the Chaldeans and where he lived at. He worshiped the one true God. Read.
The power whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their gods. And they fled into Mesopotamia.
Right.
And sojourned there many days. Then their power commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned.
Now, I'm going to say it again. This is a nation telling our history. If we ask an average brother, man, tell me about Abraham. Could you just spit it off like that? And say, what happened after that? And then go through your history, go through the line. That means that these cats sat down and studied our books, studied our history and our information. See, there's at a certain time, yes, you gotta start being ready to answer these questions, but you gotta study, right? Go ahead.
Verse 9 from the top. Then their power commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned, and to go into the land of Canaan,
right,
where they dwelt and were increased with gold and silver and with very much cattle.
Right, in which we're going to get to reading. Go ahead.
But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there, while they were nourished and became a great multitude.
This is talking about now he's jumping to the time of what? Egypt during Joseph, right? Go ahead.
So that one could not number their nation.
Go ahead.
Therefore, the king of Egypt rose up against them.
How you know all of this extensively? Like, this is the rundown the captain is giving. Like, look, let me give you the history of these people.
That's like you go to these HBCUs.
Yeah.
And you got a white person teaching you black history.
That is crazy. He's running this down.
That's basically what it is.
But now check this out. So any tactical, any warrior, like if you go to CNN, when they break down history, the history of Afghanistan, the wars and everything, this is what they do. They study. We're the only ones that sit back and think everybody's our friends. You got a lot of our people that don't even know the history of these Khazars going into the land of Israel. And how Israel, these people were Europeans that came from all these other lands, and they were planted in our land. Right? That's why the Gazans are mad as hell. They're like, wait a minute, these ain't the people of the land. You guys planted these cats over here in 1940 something. Right? But we think, or a lot of people think, because they don't read, they don't study, they don't go into the history. So they're like, man, the Gazans, these guys are wild. Why did they do that on October 11th? Why did they do that? They're terrorists. They've been occupied for how long? But nobody understands this. Now, let's put it in Israelite perspective. That's none of their land. It's not the Gazans' land. It's not that's our land. So the Most High is not going to bring peace to them, right? So this is what's going on here. Go ahead, Al.
Is that how, like, it's kind of making sense more of when they came and attacked us in America and it took 7 kingdoms to take us down as far as the Moors and whether the southern Moors or the northern Moors. They say it took 7 kingdoms for the French, the British, and the Spanish, and like a couple other kingdoms that got attacked from South America, the East Coast, the West Coast, and from the north to probably enslave all of us and tell us that we're Negroes, they declassify us from indigenous, Indians, Negroes, blacks, African American.
They start separating us and dividing us, right? Calling all these different names, so now we can detach. Like, even if you look at the Taino Indians, check this out though. So the Taínos are amongst the West Indians. The Taínos are in the island of Hispaniola. Yeah, I was watching. Those natives, right, were amongst all them. But what happened was they put their labels on us, and just on what you're saying, then they divided us. Oh no, you're Jamaican. Oh, you're Puerto Rican. So now we're 2-3-fold confused. First of all, we're not natives. Like, you're not going to put that name on us. Right. We were Israelites. So I'm going to 3-fold remove you from your identity. I'm going to say native. Yeah. And then you're like, well, yeah, I am a native because that's where I'm from. But that stripped you from who you were. Then they said, no, you're a native Jamaican. Or you're a native, God dang, what's the ones? No, the ones in Jamaica. The ones in Jamaica that, the Caribs. It's like, now you're calling yourself Carib Indian. You're calling yourself native. Now you're, how many? Indigenous. Right, then you're indigenous. So you're removed so much that we got to peel through all these different lies to get to, wait a minute, before we were any of this, where did we come from?
Right. Creating the onion effect.
Exactly, and we just get more confused, which the Most High said, to us belongs confusion of faces, right?
Right.
But let's finish this real quick. Come on.
Verse 12. And they cried unto their power. Let's read verse 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with laboring in brick and made them slaves. Then they cried unto their power, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues. So the Egyptians cast them out of their sight.
See, this was in our history, and this is what the history that they want to act like Bible history is not written nowhere among the nations, which is BS, because all these nations knew what happened to us as a nation, right? But they want to take that out. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And the Most High dried the Red Sea before them and brought them to Mount Sinai and Cades Barney and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of S.O.W. And passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country.
Right now, I'm getting to this point. I want to just read. It's going to be verse. It's going to be from 17 on down. So just bear with me. Go ahead.
Verse 16. And they cast forth before them the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite,
This Shechemite,
Shechemite, the Girgasites, and they dwelt in that country many days.
Go ahead.
And whilst they sinned not before their power.
So check this out. This is what all nations know. While they what?
And while they sinned not before their power.
This is what they understand. This is why they fed you the pork. This is why they fed you Sunday. Sunday is the holy day. This is why they fed you Christmas. This is why they fed you Halloween. This is why they fed you, you black, you don't need nobody. Because when they, if I could separate you from brotherhood and you can hate your brother, hating your brothers of the devil, so I can cause division, right? If they what?
And while they sinned not before their power.
Go ahead.
They prospered.
They what?
They prospered.
They what?
They prospered.
So how do we get them to not prosper? Easy. How do we get them to not prosper? Now, you hear this was written in Judah? I can show you the same thing that happened when we were going to captivity against the, what was that nation? No, it was, remember when he said the women?
Oh, that was the, what's that? The Ammonites, right?
No, it was another.
Moab, the Moab.
Yeah.
Moab or Midian?
Midian. The same thing the Midianites knew. They knew this exact same thing. If we sin, how do we get these people to sin? How do we get you to defy the laws of the Most High? Because this is how the Most High is going to turn his back on you. They knew these things. So it's a plot. It's a plan. It ain't like, well, we just slipped and fell. No, they set up these lies. They knew what the hell they were doing when it comes to us as a nation, as a people. Go ahead.
And while they sinned not before their power.
Go ahead.
They prospered.
Right.
Because the Most High that hated iniquity was with them.
Go ahead.
But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore.
Check that out. Go ahead.
And were led captives into a land.
Go ahead.
That was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground. And their cities were taken by the enemy.
So it's easy to get these people to, how do we get these people to not be protected? How do we get these people to, for the God of the Bible not to be on their side? Because this is the only way not to be prosperous. Go ahead.
Verse 19. But now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered,
right?
And have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people,
go ahead,
and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation,
go ahead,
let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them.
Boom. That's the only way you can get them. We gonna get you. But I'm going here to show that these were Africans, Hamites. Then the Midianites said the same thing. And the only way to get them, the Midianites got the men to bow through women. They're like, we're gonna send women, and the women are gonna defile them. They always look for a weakness among us for us to fall to iniquity. Yeah.
That's also Christianity. Like, if you think about how Christianity redacts, like, the Apocrypha. Like, you take the Apocrypha out. You have this thing of, like, you give them this idea of love. Like, look, the goal is just to love. And the way that Jesus did, you know, forget the Old Testament. Like, that doesn't apply anymore because Jesus came to fulfill the law. Like, so you don't need that anymore. So I'll
Yeah.
So you don't know the way. And the only idea of the way that you have is the one that I gave you, which is love.
Right.
So just walk in love.
Yeah.
But the idea of love is so perverted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so perverted
Yep.
that you walk in this confusion.
Yep.
You walk in this confusion because you're not even sure what that is. Because if I ask you, like, well, what is love? You'd be like,
It's a fuzzy feeling.
exactly. Exactly. So it's actually Christianity, and this is the reason why, like, I challenge Christians to align Christianity with the word. Like, hey, I dare you to align Christianity with the word. Like, the
Right.
fact that you go to church on Sunday, the fact that you don't acknowledge the law, the fact that you don't observe Sabbath, the fact that you, and then they be like, hey man, I think you got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you got me. And it's like, no, you don't. Just don't think. Go study. I want you to understand that this idea that you bought into at a very vulnerable age, and it's probably not even you that bought into it. It was your father that bought into it. It was your mother that was around that told you this. Your grandmother that suggested that this is the way. But when you start to study and understand, you will see that this don't even align with the way at all.
Right.
Like, this is not the way. So you think that you're a part of the church because they told you that this building is the church,
Yeah.
which is not the truth.
Right.
Like, so it's like, it's so many different perversions in this idea called religion.
Yeah.
And every day I talk to them about this, and it's like, hey, I think you're right. And I'm like, I don't want you to think I'm right.
Right.
I don't even want you to believe me, because typically what happens when people believe me, they don't go study.
They don't go read it. Yeah.
they
They
don't go
research.
study. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want you to think I'm stupid. I want you to think that I'm giving you this wild idea so that you can go and study it and see, like,
Right,
oh,
right.
shoot, I think he was right. Like,
Yeah.
then we can have this conversation the next time I see you.
Yeah.
But that's what I put it all in this space of Christianity today.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, people think Christianity is right. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
has to be right. And I'm like, it's not.
Because the white man knows how to speak with that tongue, that deceptive tongue. Like you just said, you said it perfectly. I love. And you're like, who doesn't want to love? You know what I mean? Who doesn't want people to love and people to get together? Like, everybody wants that. But their concept is so perverted that they don't even know what that is. So when they enter into that line of thought, they're thinking love is just letting you be and do whatever the hell you want to do. And then you show them that can't be love, because a pedophile, is that love? I mean, according to him, it's love. Do we let him survive? Hell nah. You judge him quick. So that's not love. Yeah. All right. Aaron, quick. What you got? You got a question?
No, I got
Okay. All right. What's up?
Does this correlate with when Moses was talking to the Most High through the power, that when the Most High was about to cut all of us off, that he said that don't do that, Father, because if you do, then the nation's they're gonna remember what you did in Egypt and not do it again. I'm paraphrasing it. When he was talking to the Most High on the mount, and the Most High was about to cut us off.
Yeah.
And he told him, he said, well.
He said, do it. He said, do it for your name, because these people would. It's how you word it, but he was basically saying, they're not going to see your power, right? They're going to think you're a man of power, not of your word.
Right.
Sort of like that. Yeah, we're paraphrasing the heck out of that, but yeah. But what's your point on that?
No, my point was to add on what we was originally talking about.
Yeah.
Like dealing with the historical point of that these other nations, they know our history, and that even through the prophet Moses, he spoke that in the Bible, how like these other nations, they knew of your power that you did for us when you got through the Red Sea, when we
Right,
overcame
yeah.
Egypt and stuff. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
Like to add on, they know our history so good. Like we could bring up somebody like the Canaanite Shaka Zulu or Hannibal the Great. They still use their military tactics right now in the military.
Yeah.
They'll take their tactics of how they slaughtered, like how those brothers slaughtered their people, and they'll take those tactics and use it now in the military. Like they study it at West Point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they really study us, but we don't study ourselves.
Right.
We
Right.
forget our own history.
Mm-hmm.
So if we bump into somebody and they act, well,
our history. All right, come on. Everybody's saying what y'all saying is on point. Let's go ahead and read now.
What?
No, jump back. We got that. We got that. I just wanted to add to what was said earlier, because it's important to understand that they know. All these nations know, no matter pale or dark skin, they know. And the point to what Shaf was bringing out was on point. It was just, I wanted to add that these other nations know, like Esau. It's just Esau's in power now. You know what I mean? And they are, they happen to be our evil twin. Esau's our evil twin, right? Come on, let's read.
This is Genesis chapter 12 and verse 9. And Abram journeyed, going on still toward the south. And there was a famine in the land. And Abram went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai, his wife, Behold now, I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me. But they shall save thee alive.
Right, so remember, you got a few things going on here. If Abraham was the father of faith, what was Sarah?
There's nothing but her faith.
Right, exactly. Go to Ecclesiastes 25 and 1. Like, we got to remember that, and we've been talking about this for the last week. I mean, we've been talking about this forever. That a man shall cleave to his like, right? Your wife is going to be like you. So if there's negative qualities, you have to look at you first, right? So read that, Ecclesiastes 25 and 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified, and stood up beautiful, both before God and men. The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors, a man and a wife that agree together.
So, let's see, did Sarah agree, or was she disgruntled? Right? Because if he's moving in faith, his whole aura, vibe, everything he's moving in is in the Spirit of the Lord, then what is his rib moving in? Right? Let's see if she's going to get disgruntled and yell at him. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister,
right?
That it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee.
Right. See, here's the thing. There's no macho man here. There's no, you know what? I'm gonna go in here. This is my girl. Like, and everybody go fall in. I'm Abraham, right? Like we move with wisdom. It says, be wise as a serpent, harmless as doves. So the tact that he was using here, it weren't this. But it was also showing us about the woman. What did she do? She didn't get disgruntled. She didn't get out of order. She didn't get disrespectful. Go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. Right? His rib was like him. She didn't lose faith. A lot of times, the reason why you see women abandoning ship and not being faithful is because you have not established your house on faith. So you get a disgruntled woman that you haven't established, and she is what? She's now not helping you and supporting you.
Right.
She's actually like Job's foolish rib at the time. She said what? Curse the Most High and die. Right? Go ahead.
Now, Job was a faithful man.
Yeah.
So, what was it about his rib that made his rib go against him?
She slipped.
So, in the beginning, she was riding with him, but like she wound up changing her mind.
Look, just think about it. Everybody was dying around Job except him and his rib.
Yeah.
So if she was totally wicked, the Most High would have killed her too. But that's why he said, you speak like one of the foolish women. Right. Now, let me move forward a little bit. We're not reading it today, but we're going down next week. Abraham's wife, when she was told, you're going to have a child at 90, what is it? 99? We had checked the age again. But when she was told she was going to have a child, what did she do? She laughed. That's why Isaac is laughter. Now, did it doubt? Was there a little bit of doubt? Well, listen, perfect. We keep talking about perfect. That didn't scrap her whole record. In the future, it is written in Hebrews that she was still faithful. Right? They're still faithful. So just because she laughed, that didn't mean all of a sudden she lost all faith. It was a moment that Job's wife opened her mouth out of foolishness. And he checked the heck out of her, right? You speak as one of the foolish women. Should I not receive good and, from the Most High and not receive evil? Checked her and moved on. So, let's jump back. Come on.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 26.
Go ahead.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind?
Right. And he got a wife after his mind. They agreed that Yahweh's the power. Baby, we're finna get up out of this land and get up out of here and go to Canaan. Why though? See, that's what I'm saying, Abraham. You always be moving. You always be doing, you just be doing this and this. It's like, you don't hear none of that because it's not in there. She was not the type of woman to do that. Because she was a woman that was like his mind. She was faithful. So when he's asking her to do this, you're not going to hear like, nigga, so you just got to denounce me? Huh? You're going to just denounce me? Like, so I'm going to go in here and I ain't your woman now? You know what? You go in by yourself, Abraham, because that's who you are. Abraham. You going to go in by yourself. She didn't do none of that madness. She said, what? Let's do this. We ride it together because she understood him, right? That's why it's so important for you to understand what it is to cultivate and to have a woman like your mind. Read that again.
Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman.
Yeah, you want the silly woman. You want the light-minded woman. She's in the damn clouds. Right, because she look good, that's the one you want. Right? But her mind is not stable. So what we're seeing is that Abraham had a wife that was like him. Go to Ecclesiastes 24 verse. Ecclesiastes 26 and 14. Ecclesiastes 26 and 14. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Read it again.
A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
But you don't want a woman that can be instructed. You want a woman that is thick. You know what I mean? That you can instruct those thighs. Yeah, but eventually that's going to be a disgruntled woman. Because the Most High tell you what? Don't look at the outward appearance. It's about the inward man, the inward woman. But this sister, as we're reading, she was able to be instructed. Because first of all, it's nothing that really had to be said, as we're going to read. He didn't got to coach her and overtalk the situation. Right. Like, you know what I mean, right? Right, because he's trying to over-explain why to do this.
Right.
Right? He just said what he said. He's giving her the wisdom behind it, and we're going to move on. Go ahead, read. Go jump back to Genesis.
She was 90, by the way.
She was 90. 90. Right? All right. Go ahead.
Verse 13. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister,
Uh-huh.
that it may be well with me for thy sake.
Right?
And my soul shall live because of thee.
It may be well with me for thy sake. Because what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Yeah. It wasn't only about her, it was about him. It wasn't only about him, it was about they. Right? Go ahead.
And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt,
right,
the Egyptians beheld the woman that she was very fair.
Right.
The princess also.
How old was she?
90.
She was a 90-year-old, beautiful woman. I'm not gonna say baddie. Cause anything that's called a baddie, man, got some crazy ass lip gloss and some fake ass extensions. No, this sister was beautiful, right? We're gonna use an old word. Go ahead.
The princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commanded her before Pharaoh, and the woman.
That's just wild, though, y'all. 90 years old, and you looking at her like, yo, what's up with your sister? 90? And I get it, dang, we was eating better, but she's still 90. Nah, there's a sister. Y'all see that sister online? She's up there, huh?
70-year-old?
Yeah, the 7-year-old. But she looks like she could pass for 40. Easy. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. She's older, but she could pass for 40. But imagine what Sarah looked at, like 90, for a princess to be like treating her like she's just a young sister.
Like she's a marriable age.
Yeah, the sister had to be on point. That's just insanity to me. It's like it's beautiful though to show that where we're gonna get back to. 100-year-old person is gonna be like a child. Yeah. So imagine when you're 500, you still haven't, you ain't old yet. Yeah.
That's actually what the word fair that was just read translates. It translates beautiful.
Yeah.
Even the word beautiful emphasizes like what's within that person. Like
Yeah.
you think of beauty in full. Like so that person is full of beauty. It's not just a look. It's actually what's within them. Like,
Yeah.
So they seeing beyond just like you just referencing like her physical. Like and he's like, no, he's seeing beyond it. Like he's seeing the way that she carry herself. He's seeing like her discipline. He's seeing all of that. Like so like even when we see women like with the proper understanding, we don't just see how fine she is. It's like, okay, she's fine, but what's she talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, you know, like
yeah.
it's like what's she talking about? But I talk about even like posture. You know, like I'll talk to women about posture. I'm like, I like the way that the woman sit. You know what I'm saying? Like you pay attention to the way she sit.
That's disrespectful to this generation.
It's like attractive to you. You know, like but you can see so much more than what this other person can see. You'd be like, man, she thick. And you'd be like, man, look at the way she sit though. And he's like, what you talking about, man? Like, you know, like he don't even know. He don't even understand. You know,
That's a whole different language.
Yeah, like it's a different tongue. Like it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, man, you don't see what I'm seeing? And it's like, no, there's no way that he can see it. But that word beautiful says so much more than just an outer appearance.
Yeah.
It's a beauty that is full of something that is of substance.
Like when they seen Judith, it was the same thing. Yeah.
Like build on what the brother was saying, it's like you can see a woman and she could be beautiful, but she could be slouchy.
Right.
Like he was talking about how the woman might sit in her seat. Like they talk about a man's gait in the scripture.
Yeah, yeah.
A woman has a gait too.
Yeah, of
She
course.
can be beautiful, but she might not carry herself right.
Uh-huh.
Like something might turn me off. Like she'd be a beautiful woman, but she smokes cigarettes, or her nails dirty, or she, you know what I mean? It could be any of those little things. Or like,
Yeah. Or rusting. Right. All right, come on, let's go.
All right.
What verse is he going to?
16. Verse 15. The princess also of Pharaoh saw her and commanded her before Pharaoh. And commended her before Pharaoh. And the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he had asses and manservants.
Now look at how Abram approached the situation. Did he lose it? Did he be like, man, you went with him into that house? Like, let's put a nigga mind into this situation. And what would you say? Oh, you like him?
I ain't gonna lie, I would've did that.
Yeah, because you got nigga mind. That's the problem. He said, yeah, I would have did that. The point is to show us how Abraham didn't panic, because if his wife was for the streets, he wasn't going to hold her back anyway. Right? Then Abraham knew. See, this is what a lot of us as young men don't understand, that you put your rib in a situation without really knowing what your rib can handle. And then when she doesn't come out of that, you blame it on her. But you put her in that situation. And that's what we got to realize, is that you being a leader, you should already know, the scriptures say, know them that labor among you. Right? As an officer is, as a leader is, so of his officers, right? So all this you got to know about your flock, which is your house. Yeah.
And would you say that Sarah knew of the mission? Like, she had a counsel with Abraham about what the Most High had.
What was the mission? Yeah.
About what's going on. So,
Yeah.
like you said, same mind. When she went in there, she on that mind.
Yeah. And she's not panicking, and he's not panicking. Nobody's panicking. Yeah.
There's no reason to, like, before all of that was the foresight. Like, he foreseen it. So he like, look, we're going to go in there, and this is what they going to do. They going to see how beautiful you are. So he already seen all that. He put her on to it before they even walked into the space. So when you say, like, let's put a nigga mind in this, and I'm like, there's no way to put it in, because a nigga wouldn't have foreseen. He wouldn't have been able to see this. Like, he wouldn't have been able to call that before you walked into the space. So once all of these things start coming to fruition, it was like, I already seen it, so we gonna move this way.
Right.
I already had that agreement.
Right. But you see what happens when you don't have faith? You start to panic. You start to get anxiety. You start to blame other people. You start to lash out, right? Because you don't want to wait on the Lord and trust in Him. Let me get one real quick. Go to Psalms 105 and 14. Yeah, what you say now, Ron?
Yeah, I like that, because it showed that even in Abraham's faith, he was still a prudent man.
Right.
Like, he wasn't, as you said, in nigga mode. Where his wife jumped in nigga mode, he was still prudent. So he still was able to foresee the evil before it got there.
He put her in the situation. He put himself in the situation.
But he did it correctly.
Right. Exactly. That strategic. He was exactly. That's what I'm trying to show, is like, if you don't have no damn insight, and you finna go into this whole city and this environment, and you don't deal with a wise man foreseeth the evil, a wise man sit down first and count the cost, and you throw your rib and you in the situation, and then you guys get in the situation, and then you're like, well, this is how we're approached about it. We're like, okay, so you didn't see it was the wrong move? Well, we in this situation now. Like, you just put yourself in a whole situation that took you, your family, your kids away from the truth. And you're just what? Joe Dummy. Like, yeah, it's just, what else am I supposed to do? Like, listen, because you had somebody to tell you the insight of what was going to happen. But that's our big problem. We're a cocky, egotistic, I know every damn thing people. You're cocky as hell. So now you're in this situation. You ain't around, your rib around, your kids ain't around. And then you know what? They ain't going to see it until, I keep saying this, until their kids grow up and start being wicked. And then they're going to look back and say, damn, I should have kept them in the Lord. But I didn't do that because why? I had to get at this. I had to do this. I did this. No, you didn't. You could have been faithful like Abraham.
Reactive.
Yeah.
It's a reactive
Yeah.
And being reactive, you're very emotional. Like you start to show your emotions. And women don't trust that. Because it's like, that's what I am. What you doing?
Yep.
You know, like they don't trust that. So it's like to see your man like lose his composure. It's like, what you doing? Like, why you losing your composure? You supposed to be correcting me. You supposed to let me know that I'm tripping. Like,
Yeah.
So it's really like a reactive person. Like, women love to see discipline just as well as men do.
They want to see a man taking the control, like you're saying.
Yeah, so and it's not even it's always maintaining that control because it's a domain. Like I have dominion over this. Like why would I like I'm stepping into it, I already know what's gonna happen. Like you going to that new job, you just got that new position. Hey, your boss gonna find you very attractive. Make sure that you do this. Like like it's knowing. Like it's like you mentioned insight. Foresight comes from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Like you gotta have it in you. You gotta have it within yourself. Like to have that foresight. So I could send you into these places and trust that you're gonna be alright because we have this understanding, we have this agreement, and most importantly, we have this foundation in truth. So that's what it really is.
Foundation. If you don't have no foundation with her yourself, it's on rocky ground, unstable. So yeah, go ahead, read on. Where you at?
This is the book of Psalms,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
chapter 105 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
He suffered no man to do them wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, he reproved kings for their sake.
See, he's going to reprove a king for his sake. Go ahead.
Saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
See, but we don't roll under the shadow of the highest all the time. So what happens? We panic, man. We lose control. We give up control.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we give up the control to our anxiety and our the weak mind. That's why I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep saying it. We gotta retrain our way of thinking. And if you're not humble enough to know that your worldly way was wrong, you're gonna keep trying to use your worldly way in the truth, and still the same outcome is gonna be there. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will reject you. I reject your kids. You will be no priest, and all these things, because we want to use the old method. 15. You read that?
Saying, touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, he called for a famine upon the land.
Go from there. Go to Psalms 91 and 9. Proverbs 3 and 33. Just to show you that what mode Abraham was in. What spirit was he in? Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 91 and verse 9. Because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge,
right,
even the Most High, thy habitation.
See, his Abraham was in that mode. Sarah was in that mode. The Most High was the refuge. It wasn't their whack-ass wisdom, worldly wisdom. It was the Most High's wisdom. Go ahead.
There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
If I do and guide myself in the spirit of the Most High and walk in righteousness, this environment we go in, where everybody else is suffering, we're not going to suffer. We're not going to go through pain and suffering. The Most High is going to keep us. Go from there, go to Proverbs 3:33.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 33. The curse of the Most High is in the house of the wicked.
See? Yeah, that's a hard one right there. Read.
But he blesseth the habitation of the just.
Then that's what we're dealing with Abraham. He's going to bless his habitation. Abraham doesn't have to panic.
Yeah.
We don't have to panic. You know where the panic comes from? When you know you ain't doing right with the Father.
That guilt.
The guilt. You know you're doing something where you're not justified in. You're doing something on the low, and you know the Most High is not standing for that.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why you doubt. That's why you fear. Go to Ecclesiastes 34 and 14. What you got? Go ahead. Yeah. You do that, and I got to hit the button.
All right, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and verse 14. Whoso feareth the Lord shall not fear, nor be afraid, for he is his hope.
For what?
For
is your power. There's no need to fear man. There's no need to fret or have despair. You can stand confidently in that the Most High takes pleasure in the prosperity of his servants. But the doubt comes in because you realize, on the low, I really don't serve the Most High. I serve my lust, I serve my pride, I serve my ego. I be in class though. I be in class, but well, if you're in class, then you should be learning how to serve the Most High. Put him first. Then he can make all the blessings come to pass. But do we really believe that?
God.
Go to Proverbs 16 and 7. Proverbs 16 and 7. See, so many hitters is supposed to comfort your mind, right? So many hitters, and we can even go into just the wisdom that Abraham showed us. Like the scriptures tell us in Wisdom of Solomon about how the spirit of the Most High or the wisdom of the Most High is subtle.
Right.
Meaning what? It's crafty. Not crafty in a wicked way, but look, I can think quick on the sudden. I can think quick on the sudden to be able to maneuver this experience instead of getting both of us killed. We gonna come out. It literally said he got increased, right?
God.
Abraham wasn't a broke man, but him using the wisdom to know how to navigate with these Egyptians, they end up giving him more, adding more, and as we go into the story, we're going to see what happened to his wife. But read where you at.
Proverbs chapter 16, verse 7. When a man's ways please the Most High.
What's the first thing we got to do?
Please the Most High.
The first thing is we got to consider our ways.
Right.
Now we know that Abraham was taken out of the land of his forefathers. Why? Because they were worshiping other gods. They were worshiping other deities, right? Abraham served the one true God, the creator of heaven and earth. So his ways was pleasing. That's why he gave him the heads up. Get up out of there. Because these people want to defile. The way they live is an abomination to my eyes. I see your faith. I see your ways. I'm going to increase you. Read.
He maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
So we don't have to be worried about what the white man is doing. We don't have to be worried about what these nations is doing. Making sure that we are blameless in the eyes of the Most High. That's the biggest defense right there. That's the biggest protection right there. But a lot of us just think that's just a scripture. You got to put yourself in that faithful position to try this and see that it works. Go to Ecclesiastes, go to Exodus. Exodus 23 and 22.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 22.
Yeah, Exodus 23 and 22.
But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice.
What do we got to do?
Obey his voice.
Right.
And do all that I speak.
Right. Remember Deuteronomy 28. The first part. I know we always go to the curses, but the Most High is not unjust. When you read Deuteronomy 28 and 1, it said, all these blessings shall overtake thee, right? Well, how do you get the blessings? How do you get protection? How do you get the Most High on your side? You got to obey him. You got to believe him. You got to believe him first. Right? Go ahead.
Then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies.
Come on, man.
Whew, God.
The Bible says, if God be for us, who can be against us?
Yeah.
That's a comforting thing.
Hell yeah.
That's how you can be able to be steadfast. You ain't got to worry about, like Elisha asked the Most High to open the eyes of the servant. It's more of us than it is with them. But see, if we're carnally minded, these are just scriptures. This is just the Bible. It's not real life. But listen, there's brothers and sisters that in here and online that can give you their stories to where they didn't fear man, to where they didn't lose hope. They didn't give up their faith. And were able to see that the Most High is good. He does reward them. What's up, Al?
Yeah, that's something that helped me when I first started coming around, is realizing that the stories in the Bible where men had the Most High with them, it wasn't just like a fairy tale.
Right.
It was like reality. And the same thing can happen with us nowadays.
Christ said, taste and see that the Lord is good. But how many of us want to taste? How many of us really want to taste and see that? But that, you know what it takes though? It means when you see that fire, when you see that tribulation, that despair, you don't just lose your mind.
Right.
You got to really trust in the Lord. Right, we got to get for the top.
But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies.
Right, we don't got to worry about what America's shutting down, the government once again. Like, y'all forgot we've been through this already?
Yes.
We've been through this. Y'all forgot the government was shut down to your ancestors before you was allowed to be a part? That didn't destroy them, so why do you think it's going to destroy us? They were locked into the Father. We have to be locked into the Father. We have to finish that. Somebody else get Hebrews 11:6.
And an adversary unto thine adversary.
Right. When you have the Most High, your enemies don't mean anything. No?
Right.
You don't have to fear. You don't have to give up. You shouldn't be. You cannot be a follower of the Most High in Christ and have doubt and depression and anxiety and I just don't know what's going to go on. Well, you don't believe that the Most High is the power of all powers. Is that on that? Go ahead. Go to Hebrews 11 and verse 6.
God. Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 6. But without faith, it's impossible to please him.
It's impossible. You're wasting your time if you don't got faith. If Abraham didn't have faith in the Most High, all of this would have just been pointless. But it's showing you that faith does have a benefit. Read.
For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is.
That's the verse right there, man.
And that he is a rewarder of them.
He's a what?
A rewarder of them.
You're wasting your time.
A rewarder of them.
I still don't know where the help's going to come from.
A rewarder of them.
I don't know how it's going to fix. You might not know, but when you read verse 1, it said, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's where the Most High dwells at. He's the unseen God, right? The unseen power. But he's a power, though. That's the thing that you have to go through and prove yourself. That you can say that with all confidence, with all assurity, that I know that I'm doing the right thing. Regardless of who leaves, my brother, my father, my lady, my children, I know that I'm going to be rewarded. I know that the Most High is going to fight against my adversaries.
Right.
I know that he is a what? Read.
A rewarder of them that diligently seek it.
Right. If you stay locked into obeying the voice of the Most High God, which is in the Bible, then there will be a reward. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're doing this. That's why Christ said, he that endure to the end. He said, blessed is that servant that's found so doing. That's why we're going through all of this, the proving of our faith to hopefully be able to get that ultimate reward, which is salvation. Y'all see that?
Real quick, Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 13. Because I've been real into these psychological definitions. You got people that don't move in the faith of the Most High. They're faithless because they necessarily don't really want the Most High to protect them, to provide for them. They want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
That's a prideful mindset.
They want to do it themselves is because they ultimately don't believe.
Yep.
And then you got to really tell them, you really don't love the Most High.
Yeah.
When you start getting doubtful and fearful in those moments, it's literally the Most High exposed. Satan is going to the Most High, but they don't love you like that.
Yep.
They say they do, but they really don't.
Yep. They don't know how to wait on the Lord.
Right.
Whether it's be waiting on his protection or is it waiting on the Most High to provide for you.
Right.
Like when we take matters into our own hands, we sometimes or most of the time think rashly. Like when we went over the book of Judith, right? When they encamped around the Israelites in that time and they took their waters, right? What was the priest saying where Judith had to come in and say, wait, what are y'all talking about?
We get the Lord 5 days. 5 days.
We gonna give them 5 days, and then if no water comes, then we just gonna bend over backwards for these other nations.
Come on, man.
Like Judith is like, no, you can't, right? Read verse 13.
God, that's
God, Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 13.
Read with some power. Let's get it.
God, woe unto him that is faint-hearted.
Right. It says woe, which means destruction unto those that are faint-hearted, meaning you lost all faith. You lost all faith that the Most High is gonna come through. Why? Because you don't have patience. You don't know how to wait on the Lord. Right? You in your mind, it's like, I know for a fact that the Most High is not going to come. That's why you would take matters into your own hands. Yeah. Right? Go ahead.
For he believeth not, therefore shall he not be benefited.
No, read it again.
God.
For he believeth not.
For he believeth not. Therefore shall he be not benefited.
Defended. Right? Someone give me another reading.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2 verse 13.
You did good, Manatazar. Go ahead.
Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not.
Right. When you're faint-hearted, right? When you get depressed, when you get doubtful, when you just get
right? You're vexed. That's Deuteronomy 28. You're vexed because you don't truly believe, right? Go ahead.
Therefore, shall he not be defended?
Shall he not be what?
Be defended.
So you're not going to be defended. Why? Because you were so rash that somebody that was out of the spirit pissed you off or done something against you. You decide that you want to take matters into your own hands. You're vengeful, right? Go ahead.
Let's even look at the confusing mind. How do you expect to be defended by something that you don't fully believe in? How do you, I mean, like, yeah, you should expect a negative end. Now, those of us that do have faith, we know Jeremiah 29:11 like the back of our hand. I know the thoughts that I think of you, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you an expected end.
Right.
So that's how we kill our stress, anxiety, the little thoughts of uncertainty that try to pop up. Oh, now. Shut that down. Not only do I know the verse, but we walk it, we live it.
Right. And because it's not enough practice waiting for the Most High, then there's no true belief. Right? You haven't performed being faithful enough to see that the Most High came through. It's only that one time. Well, maybe that's because you waited that one time out of 99 times. So the balance isn't there, right? It should be, I waited on the Most High this amount of time, and me taking matters into my own hands was all the way down here. But because you took so many matters into your own hands, it's like I'm used to being that way. I'm a product of my environment, and if I don't do something, I feel like it's not going to go that way. So your emotions is bounded literally to your own fruit of your doings. Right? What was you going to say, Shaf?
I'm thinking of the parable of the seeds. Like it was that seed, that first seed that fell, and the bird came and snatched it. And I'm like, it's like in a lot of cases, like we hear about like the armor of God.
Right.
Like the first time you heard it, you put it on. You're like, okay, I think I got this. And then the first thing that you come into, it's like, oh, I'm gonna take this off. Like and you become defenseless. Because now you never held on to your armor. Like and this is the reason why it's so important to remember these things and to spend time like with these things so that you could when you confronted by these tests, by these trials, that you are prepared for them. Like,
right.
You ain't never in fear. It's like, hey, I'm prepared for anything. Like I'm fully equipped.
Yup.
And this is a mentality.
It is like
I think it was mentioned 2 weeks ago where spirituality and mentality connects. Like it's a mentality that you develop from spending time with this word.
right. I like how the one word you used that was very beautiful, prepared. That's why we go to Ecclesiastes chapter 2. Because watch, read verse 1.
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
You were supposed to prepare your mind, gird up yourselves, right? For the woman, gird up your loins like a man, put on the whole armor of God. And when the trial came, you wasn't supposed to take your armor off.
Right.
The problem is we take our armor off because we think that's the method. The armor is the faith. The armor is patience. The armor is waiting. And that's what Abraham was all about. That's why he's called what? The father of what?
Faith.
There we go. Right? I had the ice with you.
Go ahead. What you got? Ecclesiastes? You have your hand up, Kendall? Did you have your hand up? No, okay. Nah, that's wrong. Go back. Go back, Alma.
Genesis chapter 12, verse 16. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep.
No, read that. Yeah, that's what I want. 16. Yeah.
Come. And he entreated Abram well for her sake. And he had sheep and oxen, and he had ass.
Look what the wisdom yielded for Abraham. Instead of him saying, you know what, I don't like these filthy Egyptians. You know what? Let me go get my boys. We gonna ride down. We gonna clear the block so we got slide through. No, he used wisdom, and he figured out a way that was more profitable for him. But in that moment, he had to go through it. Go ahead.
And he had oxen, and he asses, and manservant, and maidservant, and she-asses, and camels.
Right. That's it. Next, brother. Any questions?
Nah. Look like we got one online.
You got one online?
Yep. It says, so is it okay to feel fear but conquer that fear with the faith of the Most High?
Absolutely. Absolutely, because we know that. We know that. We go over it in here all the time.
Right.
We just had the class the other day. That was Thursday. Thursday we did a class on emotions. I mean, who doesn't have fear? Who doesn't get angry? Who doesn't have that thought? We are human. Right. We're human, but the problem is we get led by those spirits. We get led by those emotions. Because your emotion is a spirit.
Right.
Remember, when the Bible talks about the spirit, it's talking about the way we think. Right? And our way of thinking has to be in tune with the Father.
Right.
Which means our spirit has to be in tune with His spirit. If we say we truly believe Him. Now, what happens that being fleshly, we can get weak sometimes. But did the Most High leave us defenses? No. Just like the brother quoted that when you go to Ephesians 6 and 11, you read down, it shows us how we are supposed to be walking as believers. As Hebrew Israelites, there's not a day that we take off our garments. Because He clothed us with His garments.
Right. The
garments is the laws, statutes, and commandments, this word. And when you're clothed in the word, then you're going to be able to navigate this life in such a way you look strong. The other nations are going to say, look at this wise and understanding people. Right? Because what happens when you live with fear? What is fear usually? It leads to what? Death. Fear leads to death. You're going to go out and do something. Well, I don't think God is going to help me. Let me go get the blinky. Let me go get the strap. Let me go hit the strobe. Let me turn on my OnlyFans. And you're going to do what? You're going to lead to a spiritual and a physical death. But see, those of us that are clothed with the armor of the Most High, to be carnally minded is death, the Bible says, right? But to be spiritually minded, meaning to think like the Most High, to have power over your emotions, your feelings, these spirits, is life and peace. So how do you get the peace? How do you get the life? Go to 2 Corinthians 10. And just give me one, because that's the class we just, I know the sister, Seeking His Face, she pops in. That class was done Thursday. Check it. What was we on Facebook?
It was Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Check if you're on the Stream of Wisdom Facebook page, it's up there for Thursday. And we could also upload it to the YouTube as well. Let us know if you have Facebook, Seeking His Face. Read that 2 Corinthians chapter 10.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3.
No, start at verse. You said 3. Yeah, start there.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Right.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
The what? Oh, Salah. That's a brother. My bad, brother. My bad, brother. Seeking His face. Salah. That's a brother, y'all. Go ahead. Go read verse 3 from the top.
For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh.
Go ahead.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right. When these fleshly thoughts, these emotions, the fear, the doubt, the lust, you name it, you fill in the blank. They all affect us because we're all flesh, right?
God.
Read.
But mighty through God.
But we have a way to fight back. The Most High didn't leave us defenseless. Exodus 15:3 say what? God is a man of what?
War.
Right. So you're His child, right?
God.
So then you should know like Papa. You should know what Papa, and Papa didn't leave us without the lesson. The lesson is here. So He's showing us when these thoughts, like the brother said, when you wake up to being a Hebrew Israelite, and then you gotta serve Him, not yourself, not America, then be prepared for all of this proving. All of this proving that shows that you are an Israelite. Because though you're going to get hit with fear, fear is not going to overcome you. Though you're going to, you might have a spirit of doubt, doubt is not going to overcome you. Why? Because you can cast it down. Oh, I'm jumping. Go ahead. Read verse 4 again.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God.
No, they're weak.
Mighty through God.
I don't know if they're going to work.
Mighty through God.
That's what John said, but they don't really work for me.
Mighty through God.
Right. Do you believe in the Most High? Now, I know the brother, he's been on the channel a few times, so yeah, you're on here because you believe. So when that fear pops up, that's not a fake thing. We know that. Shoot, let that you gotta be out in 30 days pop up. And you go back, man.
Yeah.
But how do you cast that down? Why doesn't it linger you to the point, or linger us, get us to the point where we got somebody light me up, man. I'm so stressed right now, man. Or somebody give me a bottle, man. I gotta drink away the pain. No, this is our solution right here. This is our weapon. This is our protection. Go ahead.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
But what is it that we understand? Those spirits are sent by design to now take the place of the Most High. He's supposed to be at the top of our thoughts. Now, when you yield to that fear, it now becomes a stronghold. Think about a stronghold. That's a castle. And when you was trying to overtake a castle, if those walls were strong, you couldn't penetrate it. But that's why some of us get to these mental health issues, to where my fear, that's what leads you. My doubt, that's what leads you. And the word can't get through. That's the only thing that's in there. We got to use the word, the wisdom, our weapon, to make sure that those doors don't enter into us and become strongholds. Now you become a prisoner to your body. That's literally demonic possession, y'all. Demonic possession is real. Your fear can now be, you could be under demonic possession to fear, to lust. Yeah, it's not the daggone, the extra, like the poltergeist that comes out the teeth. It can't move. It's suggested through those images, but it's in here. It's in our brains, right? Where the Most High is supposed to dwell. Is the Most High dwelling in your thoughts, or is it the fear? Or is it doubt? Or is it the lust? What's ruling your thoughts? What's dwelling in your thoughts? Read.
Casting down imagination.
What do we have to do?
Casting down imagination.
Yeah, because what is the fear? The fear is imagining that I don't know if the Father's going to help me this time. I don't know what to do. I don't know how we're going to get out of this. I don't know where we're going to move to. Like, it's very practical. See, that's where we got to take the mystification out of the Bible and see how practical it is. Right. It's no different than why they got the kids with the white belt. Yeah! Like, you breaking the brick. Why? Because you believe. They trained you how to cast down that fear. Yep. The brick's not there. Chop through the brick or chop through the stick, and you believe it. You believe it. That's the same thing we're supposed to move in that mind. There's nothing impossible for the Most High. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through what? Christ that strengthens me. When you really believe that, it's not just a verse I know. You literally can walk on water.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we looked up the psychological effect of what could happen to your brain when you have a sense of accomplishment. Yeah, it boosts your confidence. The problem is there's not enough practice.
Enough rehearsal.
When the situational events takes place, there's not enough practice to say, okay, let me gear my mind to actually fulfill what I believe in. Yeah, it could be the smallest thing. Like, you late to work, but you have a fear of the bosses being on you. It's like, okay, let me have no fear. Let me make sure that I'm using the scriptures to calm my mind. Right. Something small as that. Or if the dinner's a little burnt on the side, okay, you got all these little events to where you get so much fear in your mind. Yeah. All that practice of all the little things, then what does it do? It builds up to where now that's your base mind. That's your go-to mind. Your default setting is to react when something goes wrong, even if it's small. Yeah. So imagine if something big happens, right? You get a big event, right? You late on rent. You can't pay your rent till the 16th of the month, and you pass out. The corruptible body weigheth down, presseth down on the soul.
Oh, that's where the aneurysms come from. Yep. That's where you have a stroke.
Yep. You go into the hospital every once in a while. Yep. My back, my neck, my side, my foot. But really, it's the spirit that's weighing down on you. So,
all right. Go ahead. Keep reading. No, you're right. You're on point.
And every high thing that it exalts itself against the knowledge of God.
What did this fear become? It became a high thing in your mind. Abraham wouldn't have been able to leave the land of his fathers. Abraham wouldn't have been able to go into where we was at in Egypt. He wouldn't have been able to do those things if he was led by fear. Right. But think about, that was Abraham. No, that's us too. That's why it was written for our learning. That you could look at Abraham's experience and try to move like that. Right. Move like all of these men. Move like. See, that's what it's at. We got a class coming. How do I know I'm in the truth? Because fear doesn't move me anymore. Doubt doesn't move me anymore. Lust don't move me anymore. I know I'm in the truth because this is giving me power. Right. These spirits cannot. You usurp the authority over the Most High. That's breaking the first commandment. Thou shalt have no other powers before me. You got to learn how to pull them down. When the thoughts start to try to build up, you got to cast it down. Read.
And bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
And they have to be subject to the Father. They can't run rampant. That's a mental health issue. That's like schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That's 1 minute I'm happy, next minute I'm sad. 1 minute I love the Lord, next minute I don't know. Yeah, you're bipolar. Not to you, bro, but that's how Satan wants to destroy us. He wants to accuse us. Remember the accusing of our brethren? Because he knows that you're saying you love the Lord, but let me just put a little discomfort in his life. Let me just change his regular routine and watch how he serves that spirit instead of the Most High, the true spirit. But like I said, you can check out that class Thursday, bro, and see if it could be went into it, the whole emotions. Because emotions are the spirits that want to rule and want to supersede the Father. Right? But let's go back.
Oh, we're on that next reader.
Next reader. Yeah, next reader. That was a question.
Dennis Shabbat Yahawada Bon Yashala. I want you, Rock.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakathon.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabrakathon.
All right.
Yeah, let us know. Seeking his face if that helped. The next reader, we at the third reader, y'all. We're moving. With Genesis 12 and verse 17. He's going to read verse 17 down to chapter 13, verse 4. What's up, Aaron? You got something quick?
Done.
Got something quick?
I got the definition of mighty.
Mighty. All right, let's
Right.
go with it.
The definition of mighty, it says possessing great power, right? Yasharala, right? Prince that have power with God.
There you go.
And it says strength, right? And it says influence or authority, right? So when we put on the whole armor of God, why do we want to take it off? When that's what gives us possession of strength, power, and authority.
Yeah.
Right? Why do we want to ever take it off? Why do you not want to be a Hebrew Israelite all the time? Huh? Why? Why do you not want to be there all the time? It's crazy.
Yeah, you got chapter 12, verse 17 to chapter 13 and 4.
Yes, sir. Verse 17. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh and his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abraham's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife?
So, the Most High will plague the enemy for you. But you have to stand with the Most High. You can't abandon him. You can't abandon his trust. And then the Most High will fight for you, right? I know that's foreign to us. I can't see what you're seeing. It's not meant to see. You can't see it all the time. You're not going to be able to see the road that obviously that the omnipotent, unseen God has for you. Think about it. He don't come down out of the heavens and talk to you. A lot of times, this path that the Most High has set, you have to be moving in faith, right? What's that?
I think it was in class 2 days ago or yesterday when you were talking about how we look back before we got the truth, the blessings that the Most High already did for us.
Yeah, I was saying that basically we couldn't see it then.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
You're train of thought. It's fine, but yeah, I was saying it the other day that we can't see it when we were in the world. The Most High did things for us, and we couldn't see it at that time. So you got to retrain that third eye, or rather train that spiritual eye to be able to see that way. And a lot of times, like we were talking about earlier, patience, it takes patience. Like, the Most High is not going to do it on your time. No father does. No real father doesn't do it on the children's time. Right? Because a lot of times, children don't understand that the things they need, the things they want, ain't necessary for them. They don't really need it. And we be grown ass rebellious kids that just don't see it that way. Right. We're like, well, that's not what I got for me in my life. Mm-hmm. And the Most High start just putting up roadblocks and saying, okay, let's see who's more powerful. Yep. You know, and I know what's better for you anyway. So yeah, go ahead.
Why saidest thou, she is my sister, so I might have taken her to me to wife? Now therefore, behold, thy wife, take her and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away, and his wife, and all that he had. Chapter 13. And Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife, and all that he had, and Lot with him, into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
So Abram, you know, they try to do that. Israelites were no man, just broke. You know, Abraham was a rich man. See, it's just these little moments in the Bible that remind us that we don't have to go twerk with the Mesopotamians to get money. That the Most High will bring success in faith, right? He will bring success if we humble down to Him. Right. But America, man, got us twisted. The only way we can, it's only one way we can get blessed. We got to get to work. All you need to add with that is a nice whip across your back. And then you're going to get the perspective like, you know what? See, he's right. Master said do it this way. You know, but riches don't, first of all, the true riches should be the wisdom. But the carnal riches don't necessarily come or don't come at all through wickedness. It don't come at all through wickedness. We got to trust in the Most High. You got a wealthy man here that had wealth that was able to pass down to his kids. And what did he do? He had faith and he stuck to a standard. Go ahead.
And he went on his journeys from the south even to Bethel, unto the place where his tent had been at the beginning, between Bethel and Hai, unto the place of the altar, which he had made there at the first. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord.
That's it. That's
all right, next brother. Yeah.
Tazahal kind of God, Shabbat Shah, Banyamyan, Banya Sharala.
Sorry. Tazahal kind of God, Shabbat Shah, Yahawada, Banya Shala, Amajuk, right?
Yahweh Shem Yah Shabbat
Yahweh Shem Yah Shabbat.
This is the fourth reader.
Fourth reader.
So the fourth reader is going to be reading from Genesis 13, verse 5 to 12.
That was a hand or your back? All right.
So I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm somewhat sure, but you just mentioned like Abram being wealthy. Ain't that how Lot ended up in
It's gonna go in there. Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. That's exactly what happened. Yep. The wealth, the growth.
Yeah, between the both of them.
Yep. So that's another. Well, let me not jump. We're gonna read it right now. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 5. 13. Oh, 13. 13, verse 5. And Lot also, which went with Abram, had flocks and herds and tents.
There you go. Like the wealth, this is another thing. You're around a godly man, people increase. And people don't see that. Like, the Most High has been changing things for the most part. Now, back to what we've been talking about the whole time. What is wealth? Right? What is riches? Well, the scriptures say, what is richer than wisdom? Right. Right? So do you see the value that you're gaining with the knowledge of the Most High. A lot of people don't look at that as valuable. So they don't see the benefit of the truth because the carnal aspect might not necessarily be there. And that's where a lot of Israelites, brothers, sisters fail at. Well, I can see my mind changing. The anxieties is letting go. You know, my anger is subsiding. Right? I'm getting a little more disciplined in my life. Since I've been in the truth, I ain't ran through a whole wreck of women. Right? And this is to people that are following it. On the other hand, the brother's not following it, and he's what? Yeah, I've been in the truth. The truth ain't benefited me. I've been running through a wreck of women still because you're not following. Right? So one brother can see the value of the knowledge because he's following, he's being faithful, and he's increasing in the riches of wisdom and his house. Right? And the other brother don't see the value in that. That's why if you talk to a lot of people in the truth, bro, I'm going to tell you, go back to my days, there's whole different stories. Whole different stories. And I'm like, my path in the truth wasn't like you. I talked to one brother. He was like, when I used to go to the one brother's class, I used to drink all the time. Now this is a brother that came up that was around when I was around. And I'm like, that's funny because I didn't do that. I wasn't on let me get drunk and go to class. But this brother got a drinking problem. Now he's what, 40 something, and he got a drinking problem. But his path, his mind was, when he first came in, not to let go of the old things, to keep doing it. Now he's joking about that. I looked at him, I'm like, bruh, you tripping. Because I wasn't doing that. I didn't take what my elders said or what they were going through as a joke. But two different total paths. And then now he feels disgruntled for against certain elders. And I'm like, listen, regardless of what shortcomings the elder has, I took the truth from it. And that's what Israel do. You get caught up into man, and that's why you never increase. It's a religion effect again. Brothers don't make the Bible. The truth is in the Word. You're going to see us fail at some point. None of us are perfect. Yes, we don't supposed to slip and fall into adultery, thieving, lying, corruption. But you're going to see us sin at some point. Is that it then? That's it for the truth? Like, brothers' brains is out of there. That is not how we're supposed to look at the path of the Most High. There's imperfections in all of us, and you eventually are going to see your elder make a mistake, mess up, offend you in some way. But I'm showing you to say that when you look at Abraham, and as we go into Abraham and Lot, the success was there with Abraham. Now you're getting this different path. Lot is going one way. Abraham is going to stay on what path? One path, right? So check it out. Read.
Verse 6. And the land was not able to bear them, that they might dwell together.
Yeah, that means that they had so much wealth, they couldn't stay in the same plot. They had so much success being in the spirit of the Most High that they could not stay at the same place. Go ahead.
For their substance was great, so that they could not dwell together.
Right.
And there was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. And the Canaanite and the Perizzite dwelled then in the land. And Abram said unto Lot, let there be no strife.
Okay, so here's another thing. So you got strife within the family. Abraham didn't add to the problem. He's not adding to the strife. They come to Abraham. This is what Israel and young-minded men and women do, right? The wife comes to you, and with the overexcited, out of order, emotional spirit, and then the man jumps on that wave, and he's like, "What? What happened?" And then you go with that same energy to Lot. and then you disrespected Lot. Abraham didn't do that. He was the one to bring the peace. Hey, this is going on because we got too much, right? He knew how to keep the peace. Blessed are the peacemakers. We don't, bro, that's far from us. We're like, no, she's turned up, I'm turned up. She's disrespectful, I'm disrespectful. But this is family. This is still family, right? You're still accountable for Lot. Lot is the nephew, right? So why is there a challenge? Why is there a challenge going on here? That's my nephew, right? I'm already above him as far as work, stature, right? This is my son now. But Israelites don't think like that. We've been taught so much to hate each other, to disassemble with each other, to always my opinion and this, and it's always tension instead of like, you know what, let's do it that way. Look, let's figure this out in wisdom. Nah, don't come to me with that. Now you want to fix it? That's black pet people love to say that. Now you want to fix it? They're like, yeah, let's fix it. There's a problem. Let's talk about it. Nah, I don't want to hear that. See, it's so much hatred that the white man shoved like a turkey stuffing up your butt to where you're like, you gotta do what? No, I can't fix nothing with brothers. I can't deal with issues. I gotta just be disgruntled. Like, bro, just calm down. Let's talk, right?
It goes back to what we were saying earlier about the COINTELPRO. Like, brothers don't realize they're the COINTELPRO. You come in with that spirit. You don't want to reconcile. You want to just be blatantly negative. You got them even they're bold enough to come on the chats. Like, they're bold enough to come in the classrooms. You talking about unity, you talking about brotherhood, but then where's that application at? You got so much pride and so much ego you move just like Esau. You're selfish. That's what we're saying out there. You don't have to have Ku Klux Klan members anymore. We kill that unity. We destroy our neighborhoods. Look at how you do it, and you do it openly in front of people. No shame. No shame. Go ahead.
Go ahead, read out.
God, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we be brethren.
Mm-hmm. You see that? We're brothers. We're family, right? Go ahead.
Is not the whole land before thee? Separate thyself, I pray thee, from me. If thou wilt take the left hand, then I will go to the right. Or if thou depart to the right hand, then I will go to the left. Verse 10. And Lot lifted up his eyes, and beheld all the plain of Jordan, that it was well watered everywhere before the Lord, destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, even as the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt, as thou comest unto Zoar. Then Lot chose him, all the plain of Jordan, and Lot journeyed east, and they separated themselves, the one from the other. Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities.
And we know this was without animosity, without hatred and negative. Just speaking from future tense, we know what happens. He goes and thinks about Lot, right? So you can't say, yeah, well, he told him to separate. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like you get out of line. Yeah, no, he was separate meaning literally like we got so much it'd be more feasible for us to do it this way. This wasn't no bitter Facebook feud, right? Go ahead.
Abram dwelled in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelled in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent towards Sodom.
Right. All right. Next, brother.
Hold on. That was a fourth reader.
That was a fourth reader? So it's you.
My turn.
He was quick. God, I love the spirit.
Not to suck, I'm in caution, I'm going to show you hold it, point your shoulder.
Not to Zat Kanakad, Shabbat Shah Yahweh, Bon Yashala, Magic, right?
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
All right. 13 and 13, down to 14 and 2.
Genesis chapter 13 and verse 13. But the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly.
Right, so note this. They try to act like, well, everybody wasn't wicked in Sodom and Gomorrah. Bro, the Most High destroyed the whole city, y'all. So, yes, they were wicked. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And the Lord said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, and look from the place where thou art northward, and southward, and eastward, and westward. For all the land which thou seest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. And I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man could number the dust of the earth, then shall thy seed also be numbered.
It's a big one because, man, I keep reminding myself that a lot of these people that look like Edomites, a lot of them that look like Gentiles, our people, the men of our people went and laid with these women. And these kids nowadays, bro, this is why we can't judge by sight. Their father is an Israelite. Their mom can be heathens, but they're Israelites, seed-wise. They're still the seed of David.
Right.
They're still the children of Israel. And a lot of times, more than ever, this is what they did. We know they did this to try to so-called weed out, but they failed. They failed because they didn't understand that the Most High said the seed is in the man. So they're thinking they're plotting. We gonna mingle up. I seen this YouTube recently, and the old boy was going in on somebody that had a black father and a white mother. Yeah, he was going in on that concept, saying that, like, who told you that this child was black when his father's white? Right? They're cutting that idea down. They're going around cutting that down. That's Esau's mentality. They don't understand that the seed is from the father. It doesn't matter your color. Color, like light skin, dark skin, that don't matter.
Right.
Because all nations derive from different shades of brown till the white man came about. Right? What?
What I'm starting to notice in school, like the kids in school are actually starting to like realize that, which is surprising. That when most of them aren't even would know of the truth, I would say, and they actually know
That your nationality is by your father.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's real interesting. But yeah, but the older folks, like a lot of older folks, are trying to push this hatred because you are light skinned and not understanding that we're the same people. Yeah.
I watched a video on YouTube too, talking about third generation.
Yeah.
And how white America kind of strategically use this third generational difference. So what happens is let's say like you mentioned, where this father is quote unquote black man gets with this white woman.
Yeah.
Right? That's that first generation.
Uh-huh.
And then what happens is that child grows under his mother, which is his first teacher. So she teaches him basically white culture.
There you go.
So he grows up to choose a white woman.
There you go.
So then he chooses a white woman, and then
That kid comes out.
that child come out a little lighter, and then that woman teaches that next child. Going into that third generation, you'll see that quote unquote black person completely wiped out.
Bro.
Where that child don't even
Real.
at all.
No.
You don't even know his great granddad looked like this.
Lips,
Yeah, I was watching
color, everything.
It's on YouTube. It's like a third generation strategic plan.
Yeah.
That they use.
They thought they were, but the Most High said we were going to be like the sand of the sea. Little did you know your kid's a nigga anyway. How about that? But they're looking at color because to them it's about the darker you are, the lighter you are, right? That determines who you are. No, the Most High is not deceived. It's the spirit in the man. The seed, the sperm is the spirit. You're sending that spirit. That's why, that's that life, right? It goes into that egg, and then and that egg does what? It nourishes it. But that comes from the man. They can't deny that. And it comes out of man. And that lineage is determined by the man. But yeah, man, I'm glad you said that's so real, because it's just so many kids. It's like you thinking they're Edomite. I mean, like online, and certain basketball players and football players, you're like, yeah, that's a white dude. No, it be straight up, dad is black. And you learn that more and more in sports, because they do that in a lot of sports. They want to, the black man is more so, let me get me a nice white woman, right? They had this white kid, and then, like you said, the third generation, and then you're like, damn, that's a white kid. What's his name? The basketball player. No, not Steph Curry. Blake Griffin kid. Look his kid up. His kid looks straight up. That's the one I was bringing out. Yeah, Hardenstein. I was bringing out Hardenstein. Because when I looked at him, I was like, there's something with this guy. Like, when he don't look, there's something with him. And then, boom, his dad is straight black. His mom is white. But he didn't take none of his dad's features.
That's G.I. Joe right there.
Yeah, straight up. But you think like, that's a KKK dude right there. He's an Israelite. Israelite, what?
Think about like how they, like even when we get those token white basketball players, what we call them? White chocolate.
Right,
right. It's like, okay, but he's still like us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, even when we find those M&Ms in our flock, you know what I'm saying? Like when we find those, we still associate them with us. Like it's like, no, but he gotta be, he's just like one of us.
Right.
But he still took on our, you know, and you might look over three generations and find one of us in there.
But there's a lot, and this is what I'm saying, in Israelite culture, we automatically judge by color. And Hebrew Israelites, they're already, if you're walking down the street, these are brothers that are not really conscious that you're disobeying the scriptures. The scriptures say, judge not by sight. Right? They'll walk on the street and you'll automatically be like, oh, you with that white dog. How do you know she's white? How do you know this chick? Bro, when you look at the Colombians, a lot of them are light skinned. Argentina. Now, yes, remind y'all, not only the Colombians, not only Argentina, but Judah. Like, you're thinking, oh, yeah, that's only in them because the Spaniards came over. Look at this Hardenstein cat. Look at Blake Griffin's son. You see him, you're going to be like, yeah, you're going to be put in slavery. But he's an Israelite. It's an error not knowing that our seed was going to be like the sand of the earth, and we were gonna be on all nations. Why? Because the Most High wasn't going to let our seed just die out. Yeah.
That's why they systematically like force your children into their institution.
Yeah.
Immediately at like age 5, like because the goal is to teach them. You learn this stuff. You learn color and the focus of color in school. Like you didn't learn that at home. Like,
nope.
Your mother didn't say, "Hey, what's that white boy over here for?" Like you learned it at home. You learned that in school. They taught you first of all. Matter of fact, they taught you black, white. Then they had the yellow, the Asians, the red.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally taught you that.
Yeah.
So then, like when you say Hebrew Israelites think this way, because they've all been, or we've all been, trained in the same institution. It's the same institution. Like it's literally like when you come out of it, you got to detox. Like you have to. Like you have to step away from it and say, hey, I'm gonna unlearn all of these things, and then I'll reintroduce myself. Which is where like even when you come into spaces like this, where you're like, now you got a new name. Why? Because that name has everything to do with your character.
Yeah.
You know, like now I got a new name. I don't even go by that no more. Like I don't live by these things. I don't say this. I don't identify with that. Like when I went to India and I filled out that paper that asks you're black, Hispanic.
Right.
They called me back to HR like, hey, we need you in HR. I'm like, okay, like what y'all need me for? They said you missed out on like some documentation. I'm like, no, I didn't. So I go up there. explain that?
Yeah, hell yeah, I can explain it.
She's like, she was like, so you don't identify as black? I was like, no, I don't. So she was like, can you explain that? I was like, would you ask somebody if they came in and said that they were
Trigender?
They don't identify. What's the name for it?
Transgender?
No,
Gender fluid.
Gender.
The one where they don't
Non-binary.
Non-binary.
Now, if somebody came in and said, I'm non-binary, would nobody question it? It's just, I'm non-binary. Like, so you want me to explain? You want me to break it down?
You're a disruptor.
You know,
I love it.
And the thing is, they think I'm disrupting, but I'm literally walking them into critically thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is what the school took away from me.
Yeah.
So you don't think about this. Don't think about this. Like, how would you tell me what I am? Like, if I walk in and say, I ain't black, like, I'm not what you just told me I was. How could you tell me, no, you are that? You know, like, it's crazy, but that's how far they go to push you back.
So what happened?
Nothing. Well, something happened. What happened is, I filled it out. And then I gave a brief explanation on the document. Like, don't come to me no more, because you know the thing is they wanna meet their quota of black people.
That's what.
Yeah, they gotta meet their quota. So now you gotta hire
Minority.
another black person.
Yeah.
Because I don't identify.
But Trump did away with that though.
Did he?
Trump he killed all this DEI hiring.
Okay.
He killed that.
That's DEI.
Okay.
Before DEI, it was
EEO.
affirmative action. I think
You got
Affirmative. We still got affirmative action.
It's where you gotta have a certain amount of quote-unquote black people.
equal opportunity employment.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's a word for it. It's
So
another
so
word
that's
for it.
still
that's
okay. I got you.
No, it's another word for it. I'm gonna find it.
Okay.
That. But it's still that they gotta meet this number.
Quota. I
How
got you.
many black people can be in here? Now that I'm not identifying as black, congratulations, another black person has to come in. You know what I'm saying? Like so.
Yeah.
Now you gotta hire another person who identifies as this. So it does. It literally do disrupt the system. And this is the reason why they not for this. They ain't for nothing.
No.
It's like, hey, y'all messing.
They want to
messing
put you
my
in the
stuff.
category.
Right. Y'all messing everything up. Because now, if I hire somebody who look black and he don't identify as such, then I gotta hire another person who look black, and I may be wrong again.
Man.
You see it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what's happening.
That's funny. Good stuff. All right, come on.
God. Genesis 13 verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Arise, walk through the land in the length of it, and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Then Abram removed his tent, and came and dwelt in the plain of Mamre, which is in Hebron, and built there an altar unto the Most High. Genesis chapter 14 and verse 1. And it came to pass in the days of our how you say that? Amraphel, king of Shinar, Arioch,
Which we read. Remember, we're going back. Shinar's in Babylon. Go ahead.
Arioch, king of Eleazar, let me see, Chedorlaomer,
Yeah.
Chedorlaomer, king of Elam,
Right,
and,
which were the East Indians. Go ahead.
and Tidal, king of nations, that these made war with Barak, king of Sodom, and with Bersha, king of Gomorrah.
Now think about this. These are already established nations.
Right.
So you'll get these people that be like, well, look, we had established a language. We had established this before y'all. We had established, and you got to know that talking point. That, okay, so what what were y'all doing? You learned how to poke a guy in the butt before we even thought about that. So now what do you talk about? Because you had this information, you're more educated or righteous. You were literally, if you were so much more educated, why were you doing so much more defiled things?
Right.
So that argument don't work. Like the Egyptians were the wiser people, or they had stuff thousands of years before y'all. So what? But what were they dealing with? They were worshiping other gods. They were worshiping idols. They were doing all these defiled things in their kingdom. So the Most High rolls us up a small nation to show, look, all of that doesn't matter. It's about us and the spirit of the Most High that was put in us, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Shinar, king of Admah, and Shemeber, king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela, which is Zoar.
That's it.
What was that, verse 3?
Kyle, you
Yeah.
got verse 3.
Let's try to put memory on the map. Genesis chapter 14 and verse 3. All these were joined together in the vale of Siddim, which is the salt sea. 12 years later, they served Chedorlaomer, and in the 13th year they rebelled. And in the 14th year came Chedorlaomer and the kings that were with him, and smote the Rephaims in Ashtaroth, Karnaim, and the Zimzuns in Ham, and the Enims in Shaveth Kithaim. Verse 6. And the Horites, and the Horites in their Mount Seir.
Now, check out who dwelt in Mount Seir before Esau. Ham. Right? The Africans, right? Mount Seir. Mount Seir is where? Look it up real quick while we read on. Go ahead.
And the Horites in their Mount Seir until El Paran, which is by the wilderness. And they returned and came into In Mishpat, which is in Kadesh, and smote all the country of the Amalekites, and also the Amorites that dwelt in Hezron Tamar. Verse 8. And there went out the king of Sodom, and the king of Gomorrah, and the king of Admah, and the king of Zeboim, and the king of Bela. The same is Zoar. And they joined battle with them in the vale of Siddim. Verse 9. And Chedorlaomer, the king of Elam, and with Tidal, king of nations, and Amraphel, king of Shinar, and Arik, king of Elazar, 4 kings with 5. Verse 10. And the vale of Ziddim was full of slime pits, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fell, and fell there, and they that remained fled to the mountains. Wait, isn't it Jordan? Yeah, Mount
It's
Seir.
Jordan.
It is Jordan.
It's above Jordan. It's
Yeah,
above.
it's yeah.
Verse 11. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and all the victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abraham's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods, and departed. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew, right? He wasn't Abram a Canaanite.
Right.
He wasn't Abram a Mesopotamianite. He wasn't Abram the Chaldean.
Right.
He was Abram the Hebrew. For he dwelt in the plain of Mamre, the Amorite brother of Ishkolah, and brother to Anir, and these were confederate with Abram. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, now check this out. And when Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, but that was his what? Nephew. You see, that's what I was saying. It wasn't through animosity and you go do your own thing, and if I see you come on my side, we're going to have a problem. There was love. There was love because Abram was a righteous man. And what did he do? He armed his trained servants born in his own house, 318, and pursued them unto Dan. Now, check this out. 318 servants. Come on, y'all. That's a castle. That's land. That's a lot of money, success. So Abram wasn't broke.
Right.
He was in his own right a king. Okay? And
You got a hand.
yeah,
318 was what?
that was his servants. It's a lot of dang servants. He had 318 armed servants. So we're also learning that these cats were warriors, that Abram wasn't no old punk just laid back on a staff. Right? I mean, you get these visuals, you watch certain shows and you visually think about it, and Abraham's walking around. He's finna go to war right now. Remember, his rib at 90 was looked at as a young woman, right? What verse am I? 15. And he divided himself against them, and he set and his servants by night, and smote them and pursued them unto Hobah, which is on the left hand of Damascus. And he brought back all the goods, and also brought again his brother Lot, and his goods, and the women also, and the people. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shavah, which is in the king's dale.
That's wild.
Right? And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High. So let's go there real quick on this. Go to Hebrews, just to show that, because you read these commentaries that Melchizedek was an actual African king, right? Because first of all, how this is read. Let me show y'all where they mix up, right? In verse 17, and the king of Sodom went out with him after the return from slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shavah, which is in King's Dale. So they read that, and then they come and read 18 and say, well, he was a actual king during that time. But that's not what it's saying. It's saying that he went out and met the king of Chedorlaomer, I know I'm butchered that, and Shavah. It's not saying that Melchizedek was a king during this time. Melchizedek was a king, but not the king in Sodom, or not the king in this land. All right? And Melchizedek, king of Salem, which is king of peace, right? Right? Brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High. So Hebrews
7.
Go ahead, start from 1.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 1. For this Melchizedek,
right,
king of Salem,
right,
priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham, returning from the slaughter of the kings.
Right, so he met Abraham with these things, right? Go ahead.
And blessed him.
And did what?
And blessed him.
Blessed Abraham. So he was a priest of the Most High. You see, he wasn't, the commentaries are wrong. How do we know he's going to edify us? Go ahead.
To whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all.
Right, so Abraham, this idea of tithing, right? Once again, we've been saying this since Genesis. There was written laws, and then there was the verbal law. So the oral law, he knew, okay, I'm going to tithe. I'm going to give the priest of the Most High this offering, right? Go ahead.
First, being by interpretation, king of righteousness.
Right.
And after that, also king of Salem.
Right. So king of righteousness. So this priest of the Most High identified as being the king of righteousness, Malak Tazadak. King is Malak, or you hear the other translations, they say Malik. Malik, right? That means that's translations from Hebrew, right? Malak was king. Tazadak is righteousness, right? Or you see that a few times in different variations in here. Tzedek, right? But we know we speak English, right? Yeah.
Is this the same Melchizedek that some Muslims believe that is a priest that taught pretty much Yahushua everything? Like some people believe. Like I asked Macabre.
I wouldn't know about that, because This Mel,
angel.
because this, go ahead, you finish.
He
Go
said
ahead.
he was an angel.
Mm-hmm.
But here he's an actual person.
We're going to read on. All right? We're going to read on because it's going to answer the question. First of all, this Melchizedek was all the way during Abraham. How long from Abraham to Christ? Very long time. All right? So that doesn't make sense. So however they're putting this together, right? Look at the time. It's a long time from Abraham to Christ. Yeah, a long time, right? We could get the time. All right, but it's going to answer this question. Go ahead.
And after that also king of Salem, which is king of peace.
Right. Right, and there's the English version. Salem comes from shalom, right? It means peace, right? But you see how they spell it? They spell it different, right? But these are just variations of Hebrew. Go ahead.
Without father, without mother.
Without what?
Without father, without mother.
Okay, do humans have fathers?
God.
Do humans have mothers?
God.
Why? Because humans are born through sexual relations.
God.
It's telling us here that this was an angel. It wasn't a king like born into this earth that way. This was a angelic being that was without father, without mother. Go ahead.
Without descent.
Without what?
Without descent.
Meaning sexual relations. It's telling us that. So I don't know what the Muslims coming up with, but the Bible says that this Melchizedek that met Abraham, he didn't have father and mother. He didn't have descent. He's telling us here he was an angelic being. The Most High, which we know this is not the only time that an angel came to Abraham. He came again, and then he came to Jacob. And there's many angels that came to the men of the Most High. Yeah, what's that?
Wouldn't he be kind of like a proof that we are kings and priests? Because like even if you said we're kings and priests, somebody be like, you ain't no king here. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
it's like, but I am. You know
But
what I'm
I
saying?
am,
But
exactly.
Because it's a spiritual thing. Like
Yeah.
it's not like how they associate him with being an African king.
Right.
Because they looking at the actual geographic location that
Right.
he mentioned in
Exactly.
this area called Africa now. So they like he was an African king.
Yeah.
But then if you have an understanding, you like, no, like
Nah.
no, that's not right. You know, and then you could actually correct them because you have the understanding that comes from the word.
You know what's so crazy about this is that when it says descent, no father, no mother, because you can tie that back and say, what? Well, yeah, he was born in Mesopotamia. He was born in Chaldee. Right now, you got to go ahead and go explain the whole lineage, like Abraham, right? You got to go back to Genesis 10 and go through his whole lineage to say this is where he came from. Well, this individual, the Most High didn't send him that way. He sent him, that's why it says, let's go there. Go to entertain angels. Go there. What's that, Romans? Is it Corinthians? What? What is going on? Go ahead. Yeah, you got it? What is it? Actually, it's in Hebrews, right?
13.
Yeah, it's Hebrews.
13.
Yes, 13 and 2. Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 2.
Uh-huh.
Be
Verse
not,
1.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Let brotherly
Hebrews chapter 13.
love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware.
Listen, let the brother take over if you're not going to do it right next time. You guys, I love you, brother. I love you, but you guys got to hold yourself accountable. The reason why we got brothers doing that is because if you're not going to take the time out to perfect this duty, well, then let somebody else step in there. It's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So if we don't hold you to push you a little bit, you'll just be doing the same thing till Christ come back. So you got to push yourself to correct those faults. So if you're messing up, bro, sit down, let the next brother come in, or let's perfect those things. That's all I'm asking. All right? Read it again so we can get back on track.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 1. Let brotherly love continue. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware.
This is very important because just what we were talking about, if he's light-skinned or if he's too dark, like, you won't entertain strangers. You'll be like, you're like, wait a minute. You're going to ask everybody straight off? Well, hold on a second. You real light. What's your father? It's like, won't you just do like the scriptures say, be righteous. Deal with all people righteously. Like when you deal with Abraham, like it said earlier that he had confederates with him, that these cats was of other nations. Right now, Abraham wasn't sitting around living with them and being with them, but there was a idea like, you deal with me civil, I'm going to deal with you civil. Right? You deal with me right, we're going to deal with each other right. It wasn't just, oh, you know what? You're too dark. You look like a Hamite. I can't talk to you. Or you know what? You look like an Edomite. I can't be cordial with you. Yeah. We dealt with wisdom. Right? We dealt with understanding. Go back to King David. Go back to King Solomon. Like, and understand how they dealt with all the kings. Even though they were his subjects, he dealt with them with wisdom and understanding. So it wasn't always like when the Queen of Sheba came through, it was like, listen, you big head Ethiopian. You're disgusted. He didn't do that. He was like, come on in. Let me show you the greatness of Israel. Let me show you the prestige and the stature of what type of people we are. We're intelligent, wise, and understanding people. Right? We're racist, but we're not bigots. Racist means you're for your people. But a bigot is anybody that doesn't look or is not like your people, you automatically get the bat and you just start what? Hate. Bro, we got to deal with wisdom, right? The scriptures actually tell us what? Make ye friends of the mammon of unrighteousness. Meaning what? You got to deal cordial with these people. Not saying go sit down and smoke blunts with them and drink with them, go to the hookah bar with them. You got to say that because brothers said be a friend. No, it's what it's saying is we gotta not break those cause instead of a friend become not an enemy. I'll just quote the scripture, right? So you keep that connection. You meet the cop at the mall. You don't be like, you know what? Yeah, but you're the devil and you're a serpent. You're a liar. You're disgusting as hell. You're like, hey, what's going on, Bob? You do at the mall. You're like, what's going on? What's happening with you? And you sit there and you politic. You gain that connection. And then when he shows up to your door like he did the brother Lakad, right? There's something going on up in here. They seen Lakad. He came out. He was like, nah, they don't roll like that. The unrighteous did what? Vouch for you because you carried yourself as a man and woman of understanding. So it's important that we entertain strangers. Now, that's on a carnal level. Let's deal with this angelic talk right now. How about if he's an angel, right? And you're like, bro, but you a bum, or you this, or then you done dealt with a man that the Most High sent, right? Not the right way. Now, put that on your chart. Put that on your record. Like, yeah, the angel came to me and I was disgruntled, loud, disrespectful. So that's why we got to deal cordial with all people. And of course, above all things, let brotherly love continue when dealing with our people. So when he seen Melchizedek, what was the spirit on? Brotherly love. Respect, yeah.
What verse and place in the Bible was that verse you just quoted about how we have to be
There you go. That's one. But the one I quoted about make ye friends of the mammon, let's get that one too. Put that in your arsenal, right? And get Galatians 6:10. Is that if it be in thy power, be at peace with all men?
No, that's as we have the opportunity, let us do good unto all men, especially those who are of the household.
Right, and then go get the other one where it says, if it be in thy power, be at peace with all men. Right? So, and I like the Galatians because it says especially, because it's putting two things there. The people of the faith and people without. Right? And we know this, because you don't go to work and you don't start yelling out the white man's the devil at work. So this ain't foreign. Don't start acting like, well, why we gotta deal cordial with the heathens? Because you work amongst them, you're around them, right? And you gotta be civil and deal with wisdom. Like, don't act like this is out of your range. You should know this. Your boss is the devil, right? you gotta deal with him, right? And you gotta what? Sit there and okay, you want me to do it this way? I'll go do that, right? You do your job, or else you're gonna be fired. And for the ones online, like, no, I ain't dealing with that. Well, you ain't got a job then, or you got your own business. That's what we're saying. We're like, nah, we ain't dealing with that. I don't want to deal with Esau. Never, ever like that. But what you got?
Luke chapter 16 and verse 9.
Oh, just give it to him. Luke 16 and 9.
Romans 12 and 18.
And Romans 12 and 18, so he can have those verses. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say 1 Timothy 3 and 7, when it says, moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, meaning if they don't even believe the same thing, make sure you show them.
Exactly. Right on point. Right on point. We were going to go into that the other. Right on point. Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, man, sometimes, like, we can just simplify it. Remember, we're the light and the salt of the earth.
Yeah.
It's like, it's right there. Like, we're supposed to be the example. Like, what would they be without us? Like, if they couldn't see us live righteously, like, then what would they be without us? Like, just simplify. It's like, well, why was the Messiah sitting among the tax collectors and sinners? Like, or like, why would he be sitting there? Like, the same thing we supposed to be doing. Like, you go into these spaces and it's like you have an opportunity to show these people the way. And instead of going in there and cussing people out, show them how they supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, man, I had this lady tell me recently, she's like, you know, people be talking about you. I'm like, talking about me for what? She's like, they always refer to you like as the dude with that walk. And I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, you're just so confident. That's the point. That if they don't have that example, it's like, then what exactly do they have to pull from other than wickedness?
Yeah.
So then you calling them out for stuff that you ain't give them an opportunity to even be. Like, cause you don't want to be around them. It's like, no, I ain't going over there with them. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
Like, if they need that example in their spaces sometimes. Like, just sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it says entertain. It didn't say, hey, live with them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, go live with them. Like, it's like, I don't have to live with you.
And that's real. Imagine if you treat an angel incorrect. That is wild. You disrespected to it. But listen, you know, what did it say? Corrupt communication. How does it go? Evil communication, corrupt good manners. Evil communication, corrupt good manners. If you are initially disgruntled as hell, all of a sudden you're not going to get right. You're going to get worse. So that's why it's imperative that we remind brothers of these different verses in the scriptures. You know what I mean? And yeah, like Shab is saying, like, yeah, it should be, ideally you should know this. I'm saying it, ideally you should know this, but brothers don't know. Right? Remember, we realize that they put us in captivity and slavery. Bro, every time we look at them, we want to damage them. We want to be like, right? I see brothers, you get fizzy. I told y'all how I am around cops. A long time, I was like that around cops. I do not like them. Israelite cops, heathen cops, I used to be around them. You never see me stutter. Around them, I'm stuttering. I'm like shaking. You can see the fakeness off of me. For real. Because the whole mode of their spirit and everything, man, I don't agree with. But I had to like, okay, snap out of that. You know what I mean? This could be a brother we can win. Then we could be a brother then we got a cop in the school in Houston. He started coming to this class for a while. And I was like, yeah, this is the thing. We got to win our people, man, instead of pushing them away. So Abraham met an angel. Go back to Hebrews 7. Let's finish that up.
Hebrews chapter 7, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
To whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all.
Uh-huh.
First being by interpretation, king of righteousness.
Right.
And after that also king of Salem.
Uh-huh.
Which is king of peace.
Mm-hmm.
Without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days, nor end of life.
Okay, so it's telling us there that this individual transcended human nature. Like, it's clear he wasn't no African king during that time. And we have to bring this down because there is a lot of commentaries that don't speak from the scriptures. Right? And they try to add things according to their own mind when the Bible's not saying that. Right? I mean, that's clear, right? That he didn't have no beginning or no end, right? All right. So, all right. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, sorry.
The reference that they try to use is using Genesis in the beginning, where mentioned Melchizedek talking to the Most High, and then they go to the same thing in Hebrews, and they try to bring that up as him being a king. But
In Genesis, where talking to the Most High?
I forgot what
It's not in there.
That's what.
No, I'm trying to tell you. There's no Melchizedek wasn't talking to the Most High.
No, he said they were saying that he used it as a reference.
Who?
The Muslim cat that was talking to you.
Yeah, but listen, that's why the Muslim is not the Quran is not the Bible. It don't got nothing to do with the Bible because they're adding things that is literally against the Bible. That's like saying Elijah Muhammad was a prophet. No, that's like saying Elijah Muhammad was a prophet. Where the hell is that in the Bible?
It's not.
Exactly. He was not no prophet. Right? He was not no prophet. That's what they feel. That's what their book has told them. By all means, you can believe that according to your book, but the Bible never said Elijah Muhammad Ali was a prophet. All right? He was.
And certain things, and they don't use the right name in the Bible, but they call him Yusuf.
You talk about Joseph? Yeah.
That's what Joseph meant. That's the translation.
That's just the translation, yeah.
So in that, you would try to, I had to combat them on it, that this is the same story. Like, it's literally verbatim. They try to say that he's a guy a beautiful man.
Who?
The Muslims.
Who? No, who was a beautiful man?
Joseph. Like, he won the heart of the queen. That's how he got out.
Okay, you're jumping, but now you see that
conversation that I had.
now you see this Melchizedek of the Bible is not. I don't know what that other thing is, but I know according to the Bible he was an angel. He wasn't a king. That you just got to stick there. All that other shenanigans they're talking about, you don't even have to go down that road.
I didn't go down the road. I'm just more like, I found out who Melchizedek was, and then when I go there with the truth that I get from here, it's always combated.
Well, that's why, Aaron, with all due respect, you got to know what you're actually talking about. I mean, really study and to be able to articulate it, because then you can, when you get in those spaces, you can make them yield. But you got to really be able to go through the Bible and show them and go to the scriptures and show them they ain't got nothing to do with what the hell they're talking about. All right, let's jump back. We're back at Genesis. Okay, Genesis. Where was I, y'all?
14 and...
We read 13. He was a Hebrew.
18.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was down there. All right. Melchizedek. All right. King of Salem, right. Verse 19. And he blessed him and said, and he blessed him and said, blessed be Abraham of the Most High power, professor of heaven and earth, right? And blessed be the Most High power, which have delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom and said unto Abram, give me now. But now you see that? You see that there? It's jumping from what they were talking about. Now it's jumping to what Abraham is talking about with the king of Sodom. Right? Which was, if you jump back up to verse 17, you see that? Who was it? Chedorlaomer. There you go. Chedorlaomer.
It was the king of Sodom. Chedorlaomer died already.
Right. I'm sorry. So the king of Sodom would be.
They don't name him. They just said the king of Sodom.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
You're right.
It's Barabba. Yeah, verse 2 is Barabba.
Right.
It's king of Sodom.
Yeah, king of Sodom. Right. But you see how they're linking that together? Where the confusion is? And truthfully, the only way we understand that he's not is because the precepts line up. Paul came back and told us what? He was not a king, he was an angel, right? So that's what they're missing. They're missing that part. And now that I think about it, man, do the Muslims even believe in the New Testament of the Bible?
No, they don't.
That's a question to ask. I think they do. I think they do because they believe in Christ.
It's just the big difference is the status of Messiah, like who
Yeah.
he is. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, he ain't,
They don't believe he's the
how
son
you
of God.
How you just said Muhammad is not a prophet.
Yeah.
They'd be like, he's just a prophet.
Yeah,
And
that's
what it is.
that's what they believe about Christ. Yeah, that he's not the son of God. He's just a prophet.
Biggest difference.
Yeah, which is big as hell. Yeah. Yep. So they do actually acknowledge the New Testament to some extent. Where am I at here? 21. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, give me persons and take the goods to thyself. And Abram said to the king of Sodom, I have lift up mine hand unto the Lord, the most high power and professor of heaven and earth, that I will not take from a thread even to a satchel, shoe latchet, that and that I will not take anything that is thine. Right? So you can see the difference. Like one minute he's giving alms or tithes to Melchizedek, and to this king of Sodom, he's like, I want to have nothing to do with you. No, I'm not taking anything. And he says why here. He says, and I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich. The Most High had a spirit on Abraham to know that, no, I'm not going to let you take what the Most High gave to me, the vouching, right? The raising me up and put that on a Hamite king, a Sodomite Hamite king. Like now it's like, yeah, I'm the one that made Abram rich. That would take all the validity away from the father, and Abraham was wise enough to not do that. Save only that which the young men have eaten, and the portion of the men which went with me, Abner, Escola, and Mimrah, let them take their portion. Right, so that's it on that. Any questions online? Any questions in here? Live? What you got?
He said, Ander, Eshcol, and Memre, let them take their portion.
Yeah, what they took, remember, because if you go back up, it said, what verse is that? It said they had taken, I'm on the way.
You go to 12?
Is it 12?
14 and 12. They took
Right, there you go. There you go, 11 and 12, right on point. And they took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah and their victuals and went their way. And they took Lot, Abraham's brother, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods and departed. So they took victuals of things that war comes with, right? So he's like, let them take what they took.
They took my slide. I was jumping too quick. They took victuals. So they okay. They took all the
get it?
I'm trying to look.
So all it is simple. Remember, Abraham went. He took his men with him to get them back, right? And he killed who? He went to war with who?
Solomon.
No, he went to war with who? Chedorlaomer.
Yeah.
See, he went to war with Chedorlaomer on his way back. Remember, when he went to war, they took some things from them. He was like, he's talking to King Sodom, like, hey, the shoe latchet, right? I'm not going to take anything from you, right? But my men, they can take their portion of what they got from Chedorlaomer. That's all I need, right? Which they ate and whatever they took, right? That was it. So he was like, as far as me, I'm good. I'm not taking anything from you. You see that? All right. Anything online?
No, sir.
Oh, the cat. Oh, yeah.
I like this because this I love the story of David and the time he camped in Ziklag and how he went off to war. How when he came back, the camp and the women, the children, and all the possessions were gone. The camp was burning, and how the men that he took, he had to shed some, but the men he took, he in the faith and then trusting in Yahweh, asking him, and then trusting in him, he was able to get all those possessions back. And same thing at Abraham, like righteousness.
Right.
Who would stand up for me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, just correlating back to what Aharon was saying, the perfect reference there would be Gideon and his 300, because it started from, they had 10,000.
Yeah.
And he said, take those that, he took, take these few that meet this requirement.
Yeah.
It was only 300 out of all 10,000
Yeah.
men. And they fought and they took what was required of the Lord. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
I just love the translation and the way they communicate. Like where he said, what did yours say about the shoe or shoe strap?
The
shoe latchet?
Yeah, the shoe latchet. What does it say here?
Verse 23.
Read it.
Genesis chapter 14, verse 23. That I will not take from a thread, even to a shoe latchet, and that I will not take anything that is thine, lest thou shouldest say, I have made Abram rich.
Yeah, it just.
What did it say?
It said, I would not take a thread or a sandal strap on anything of yours, and it just emphasized like how serious they were,
Yeah.
how strict they were about everything, and that's been the consistency throughout Genesis 12 and 14 is how strategically these men were. So
Right.
when you hear of like the Lord of armies and all of the references earlier that we had of them being militant, like it's important to embrace that, to understand that how sailors, soldiers, Marines, or Air Force move, like that military mind is really important. Like and it's a very it's the details that matter. And I think in a lot of cases, like when we find ourselves attached to like religions, it don't necessarily emphasize the details.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta pay attention to those words because each one of those words means something that matters. So think of yourself as a soldier. Think of yourself as one of the 300. Think of yourself as one of the 30 of David's. Like think of yourself that way, and you would take life a little more seriously.
Yeah.
In this walk.
But truthfully, we teach this all the time about being a soldier in Yahweh Shai. And brothers don't put it together though. A lot of times it's like, well, I'm not really a soldier. I'm not fighting nobody. It's like, brother, yeah, you are. But that's why brothers move with not with the urgency of a soldier. That's why a lot of times we gotta go through the motions of it. Like, okay, this is Amajin, attention, Amad Shabbat. Because brothers are, we gotta be taught that, right? We gotta be reminded that we're soldiers for Yahweh Shai. And he said they stood on their feet, an exceeding great army. We're gonna be an army meeting an army. And if brothers don't realize that, then it's gonna constantly be like, why y'all in line? And you walking out of line, and you know what I mean, trying to get on your phone while Yahweh Shai is here. Yahweh Shai's talking. Yeah, I'm gonna get with you. Like, I can keep going with this because that's the tackiness of our people. They don't got no order, no discipline, no respect. They just move anyway and don't know that there has to be some type of structure, right? We don't get that because we ain't grew up around it. So yeah, that's a very, very, very good point. All right, anything online? Okay, let's finish up the prayers.
Did you have anything, sis? Anything you wanted to ask? You sure? Okay.
All right. All right. Let's finish these prayers. Yeah, get everybody down there. Get everybody down. Wasn't too bad of a reading. Too bad. Not too long. I need to get me some tea though. Jesus. Hit this cute. Yeah. I'm gonna do that at home. I'm gonna hit it. Bro, that's when I got home. My ribs ache. You going to sleep? I hit that bed at 11:30. I walked in. I passed out. Yeah, it's cold. I think it got my wallet though. He's like, bro, can I go upstairs and just lay back my head? So, you know, it's gonna start creeping through the people. Yeah, the spirits. Oh, really? Oh, damn. Yeah.
We just waiting for the
sisters to come down.
So we send a close prayer. Yeah. Shaq got a question. Do we have cash up? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Send us right now.
What? That's you? No. Who said this? Oh, did you guys? What did he say?
I was thinking about that. I was saying.
Yeah. Put him back. Just put him on time. Bring him back. That's everybody? All right, come on. Oh, Auto Rock Boys coming out? Okay. They're down? Okay. Here you go. All right, everything we say in Hebrew, we're going to say in English as well. All right. Yahweh, we thank you.
We thank you
for the Sabbath.
For the Sabbath.
This day.
This day.
This rest.
This rest.
We ask of you.
We ask of you.
Continually. Give brothers. Sisters. The husband. The wives. The children. Peace. And rest. From chaos. Confusion. Doubts. Fears. Anguish. Pain. And suffering. We pray. For all the sick. Ill. Brothers and sisters. Remove from them sickness, illness, disease, weakness, wickedness. Please, Yahweh. We ask of you. Bless them. Heal them. Strengthen them. Shield them. As all of us. Be with us. Removing confusion. And negativity. Please. In Yahweh Shai's name. We pray. The water. Amen. Barakatah Yahweh. Shem Yahweh Shai.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the law.
Barakatah Yahweh. Shem Yahweh Shai.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light to see.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah.
Hahawa'ah.
Natananawa.
Natananawa.
Ha'ayo.
Ha'ayo.
Kwara.
Kwara.
La Kwara'a.
La Kwara'a.
Ha'ayin.
Ha'ayin. Bless you, Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Hahawa'ah.
Hahawa'ah.
Natananawa.
Natananawa.
Shaman.
Shaman.
Zayaf.
Zayaf.
Lamashah.
Lamashah.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah. Bless you, Yahweh, in the name Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Israel. This is Psalm 92. It is a good thing. To give thanks unto the Most High. And to sing praises unto thy name. O Most High. To show forth thy loving kindness in the morning. And thy faithfulness every night. Upon an instrument of 10 strings. And upon the psaltery. Upon the harp. With a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, has made me glad. Through thy work. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works. And thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not. Neither does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass. And when all the workers of iniquity do flourish. It is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thy enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thy enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn shalt thou exalt, like the horn of a unicorn. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. My eye also shall see my desires on my enemies, and my ears shall hear my desires of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai shall flourish in the courts of our power. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourish to show that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock. And there's no unrighteousness in him. This is Psalms 133 in the Hebrew, and the brother's going to read it in English. Shayar, Hamalawah, Ladawah, Hana, Matawa, Wama, Na'ayam, Shabbat, Akim, Gum, Yakad, Kashaman, Hatawa, Ayu, Harash, Yerah, Ayu, Hazakwan, Zakwan, Aharon, Shayarah, Alpunya, Madawafiwa, Katol, Karayan, Shayarah, Ayu, Harayad, Tazayawan, Kayar, Shum, Tazawad, Yahweh, Habaraka, Shayayam, Ay, Hamalam, Aman.
This is Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garment, as the dew of Ramon, and as the dew that descendeth upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Ba'ashem Yahushua. The water, the God, Aman. All right, circle up. So, Barak in Hebrew means blessed. Yahweh is the name of the Most High, God. And Yahweh Shai is the name of his son, Jesus Christ. We said, the water, thank you. Damyad means always. So right now, what we're going to do, the brothers are circling up because at the end, a lot of the chapters, it was saying to salute them, right? So we're going to salute each other. And what we're going to say in Hebrew is, God in the name of Christ, bless you all. Then we're going to turn to the sisters and say, God in the name of Christ, watch over you in the name of Christ. So we just doing it. You can watch. We'll give you a packet to explain it as well. All right. Quote.
Aki b'madim, Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatan. Kum Yahshalom. Kum Yahshalom. Kum Yahshalom.
And Matah.
Kwam means rise. Yasharala is Israel. That's the nation, the nationality of the blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, now we're going to turn and face the sisters. Call it.
Saluting out the daughters of Zion. Aki b'madim, Barak.
Yahshua